For the first time in 45 years, the Brier is back in St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. We're expecting a rock concert tonight.
There's the expectation of winning that first title, the expectation of a province, the expectation that you put on yourself. Brad Gushue was able to park all of it and make one of the biggest shots of his life. And gonna sit and sit and sit and sit and yes! A draw to the button secured Newfoundland and Labrador their spot in the 1-2 page playoff. Can you get it there, fellas? Can you? Yes, you can! Manitoba handled the pressure too, and they finished first in round robin. Mike McEwen's team is also in search of their first national championship. So tonight, one team will wrap up a spot in Sunday's final. It is the 1-2 page playoff. Tim Hortons, Brier, next.
You want Eastern Canada? You got it. St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. The Mile 1 Center holds nearly 7,000 people, and they have been awesome all week long at the Tim Hortons Brier. A lot of them cheering for this guy right here, Brad Gushue, one of the best in the field. He's got one thing to check off the resume. He would love to win a Brier title at home here on the Rock. Manitoba, the #1 seed all week long. Mike McEwen said he grew up watching Peters and Stoughton and Burtnick, and he would love to bring a Brier back home to Manitoba. What a place to be here in St. John's. Coming inside the building, glad you're watching our coverage on TSN. And one of the big storylines this week has been this crowd. They have been awesome. Every time Brad Gushue makes a shot, standing ovation. Brad Gushue ties his shoes, standing ovation. Maybe the best crowd in Canada we've seen since the Vancouver Olympics, and that was a gong show. Meantime, for Mike McEwen and his team, they shouldn't even be here. They had that meeting back in December. They decided to stay together, and what a decision that was as they rolled right through. And now the #1 seed in this 1-2 page playoff game. So it's Manitoba, Newfoundland, Labrador, and it's the 4 teams from last year's playoffs back here once again. Team Canada, Northern Ontario, former champions. They'll meet in the 3-4 game Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. But it's all about tonight and this building and this atmosphere. With more, let's go up to the booth and join Vic Rauter.
Hello, Canada, and welcome. Cheryl Russ alongside. This is the kind of reception that we have been getting all week long with the arrival of Newfoundland and Labrador to the ice surface. He is the local hero, of course, the 2006 gold medal winner, Brad Gushue from the St. John's Curling Club. You think back to that opening ceremony, Russ, when they first walked in. Jack McDuff was here. Won in '76, their only provincial win in a Brier. And I think that weighed heavy on his shoulders. He wasn't very comfortable for the first part of the week.
No, he wasn't. I was right there, lucky enough to be beside Brad and Mark for that wonderful opening ceremony. They were tight, Beck. You couldn't get a smile out of them. You couldn't get a joke out of them. They were all business. Then when they lost that second game so early Tuesday to Northwest Territories, being Northwest Territories' only victory, they were really tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at lead position.
Brett Gallant, of course, who came from Charlottetown, a former Canadian junior champion. Jeff Walker, originally from Beaver Lodge, Alberta. It's a great young front end. However, midweek they decided, look, we have to be ourselves. We have to enjoy this, and you saw it on the ice.
We certainly did. It was just like the light went on for these guys. You knew they were good. They were good even when they were uptight, but they relaxed. They started to play better. No better example, Vic, than that game against the Canadian world champions, Kevin Cooey. Give up the 3 right off the bat, didn't panic, drew the button to win.
And their opponents will be Manitoba. Manitoba winning last Sunday morning in round robin 8-4. It was a disappointing game for Mark Nichols, who throws the third stones for Newfoundland and Labrador, only 70%. More polite applause. I think more people were focused on Newfoundland Labrador. Cooey, Canada, Jacobs, Northern Ontario. He may have benefited from the lack of attention.
I think they really did, Vic. For only their second time at the Brier, I think it was a big advantage for them to kind of fly under the radar. They settled in. They got used to this crowd, which has been incredible. And more than a strong start, you want a really strong finish. Their last 3 games, 90%. That brings confidence for this
and
game.
more comfortable with being here in this game than they were a year ago in Ottawa. So there he is, Mike McEwen, after 5 heartbreaking losses in Manitoba finals. Now is in his 2nd straight Brier. When we come back, we're ready to blow the lid off this place, mile 1. It is the 1-2-page playoff from the Tim Hortons Brier.
It's great to have the Brier here. There's a lot of energy around town, a lot of excitement to see it here. I just would love to see it loud. And see the enthusiasm that you can feel around the city, and hopefully that makes it, Brier to remember. I feel we're ready, and I certainly know we're going to enjoy it.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like Cashmere.
So it is the 1-2-page playoff, the winner right through to Sunday's final. And it's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I'm Brad Gushue, skip of Team Newfoundland Labrador. Our lead is Jeff Walker, our second is Brett Gallant, our third is Mark Nichols, and we curl out of the Ballyhaley Country Club and Remax Center in St. John's.
Hi, I'm Skip Mike McEwen of Team Manitoba. Our lead is Denny Neufeld, our second Matt Wozniak, third BJ Neufeld, and we play out of the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Both these teams finished with a record of 9 wins, 2 losses. And so it was just one choice that Manitoba had. Because of their round robin win, they are seeded first. They elected to take the last rock. The stone choice, red for Newfoundland Labrador, and already drinking it in, taking it in, and enjoying the moment. You can see it on the face of Brad Gushue. That wasn't the case when we began last Saturday. And to get us going, as Newfoundland Labrador will play the red, Manitoba has last rock playing the yellow. This is the lead for Newfoundland Labrador, Jeff Walker.
Well, the top 2 teams all week, barely. Obviously, the Team Canada and Team Northern Ontario are right there too. So was Quebec, so was BC, so was a pile of teams. The parity was amazing, but as you look at the numbers, Cheryl, these 2 deserve to be there.
Yeah, you're right, there wasn't a lot to separate them. What was interesting was Manitoba, the schedule for both these teams identical. So every time Newfoundland's been on the ice, Manitoba's been on the ice with them. And I think that could be a big advantage because they're used to what this crowd does when you're out here.
That's the curl wall. Top 8, biting forefoot. It's fine. Really sliding. Just leave it. It's really sliding.
The center goes up, and in they go, Manitoba. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. We'll start with Brad Gushue, Newfoundland and Labrador.
I was lucky enough to go with Brad and Mark Nichols in the Olympics in Torino, Italy 11 years ago, and it was Mark Nichols that was on fire in the semifinal and the final. So mark your territory with Mark. Get this crowd involved. Rock the rock. It's all about getting that emotion going. The team's not as tight as they were, so use that feed off of it.
A little hard.
I like it. I like them. They're good.
There you go, Cheryl.
All right, yeah. Here we go, Cheryl, the throwdown now. Let's take a look at the keys to the game for Manitoba.
Well, second chances, we talked about this is their second trip to the Brier for McEwen, and they said their experience at that first Brier has definitely played into how they've approached this Brier, and they've made very good use of that experience. And nitty-gritty, you have to, during the round robin, pull out a couple wins that don't feel comfortable, that maybe you didn't bring your A game, you were down early, and they've done that, and I think that really bodes well for the weekend.
Keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
First of all, it's kitty vitty, not nitty gritty.
I was thinking of the band.
Oh, okay. I'm too old for that.
What are you looking for here, Brett?
Board weight, Mark.
Okay.
Good board.
Originally from Charlottetown, 2009 Canadian Junior Champion.
Yep.
World silver medal in the juniors, winning a skip all time in Canadian junior play.
Whoa.
And rolling it underneath. Oh, he might tuck a little corner.
Roll it away a bit. Think this will be fresh?
I think it will, yeah.
Fresh meaning there's still fresh pebble there. It hasn't been worn down a bit. Most of the teams go a little wider than that to throw most of their draws in practice. Although,
Little down.
in this particular practice, the hammer was already settled by Manitoba being first ranked. So teams would explore the ice surface a little more than warming up that path for the skip to draw the button.
Roll it up. Denny, roll it away.
Go, Beach, go.
And they roll it away. Brian joining us now again. And then, having seen that win in Salmon Arm back in 2009, Brett Gallant is just a much different player now.
Yeah, this whole team has so much experience, but the one thing they're still getting used to this time around is the crowd and this atmosphere. If you ask any player, though, right across this field, they've really enjoyed this atmosphere and the crowd and the noise. But it does present some challenges, even for the hometown heroes. I talked with Brett, and I said, have you guys been caught at all maybe this week with the crowd and those roars? And he said, for us as a front end, it's very important that the guy right beside the rock keeps his head down. The guy away from the rock has to look up and continue to have those hand signals. He said the one time they got caught was a little bit last night, extra end, needing a big draw to the button, and the crowd was roaring, and they wanted to help them with the sweeping, and they really had to communicate a little bit extra with the hand signals, maybe not verbally. And then I said, well, what happens in that situation if you got to switch and the other guy's got to go inside? Remember last year you go inside, get some more curl. He said, to be honest, Brian, now with the fabrics, we don't switch as much anymore. But sometimes that hometown crowd can get in the way. They've handled it, though, brilliantly.
Well, I have to admit, I thought at first last night they were a little overly excited on that last draw, Russ. I thought they were going to play the rub and roll. And then when it started to curl, they missed the stone to rub. I thought they may have overbrushed it.
Well, that's the tendency. That was actually arguably harder than drawing the button, because they had that audible in their mind that if they're hair heavy, it probably isn't going to curl as much. They can chip off that rock and win. And it was an in-betweener, and it almost cost them.
But it did hang on to the back of the button for the win to give them second spot in this 1-2 page playoff.
Well, that's the problem, too. The crowd doesn't know exactly what the weight is, and they're just cheering. So for the brushers, you really have to be able to look at the speed of the stone and kind of ignore that enthusiasm that the crowds are doing.
If you just happen to be joining us, one of the problems is here you get thinking time, 38 minutes. Well, when Newfoundland and Labrador were throwing, quite often the building would erupt. You're about to throw, you stand up, you reset, and of course all that time is being eaten off your clock. So it was an adjustment for the other teams on the ice.
I didn't see that in the ice.
Was it ever, Vic? Because it happened when Newfoundland made a good shot. Well, that only happened every second shot they throw. And if you had to delay that 10 seconds in the hack on a different sheet, that adds up. That could mean 2-3 minutes at the end of the game that you don't have.
A little more. Whoa.
Not a lot more.
A little more. Still easy board. Whoa.
Mark Nichols.
Similar weight.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Mentioned that he did struggle in that loss of last Sunday morning when these two met in round robin through a 70% game.
Still a little
And
easy.
the difference was a steal of 3 in the 8th. Or not a steal of 3, a score of 3 in the 8th, as Manitoba went on to win it 8-4.
Same way.
That's what Manitoba's been so good at this week. They've had the ability to score, but what they're doing very well, best out of all the playoff teams, is they're limiting the amount that they're allowing the opposition to score. And they're doing that by not allowing steals. They're doing also by force efficiency, by forcing the opposition to one and then getting the hammer back.
A little more ice. Yeah, you get a little bit of curl there. Yeah.
It took them a while this week to figure out the ice. It just didn't have the amount of curl I think a lot of the teams expected. Russ was just a little bit straighter. Jamie Barassa is the head ice technician here.
Just trying to nose.
You know, everyone, all ice makers have their tendencies. And his is, if you throw it properly, you'll get the curl. You pop the release, it's going to run straight. You turn it in, it's going to go. So it took them a while to get used to it.
It did, but all these teams are so talented. They all figured it out. But that first day was tough for a lot of teams. Jimmy Cotter lost a couple. Alberta struggled early.
I think we've really noticed them manage the weight better, so bring it down a bit. If you do overthrow it and you have any setback on the stone, that is the issue. So just bring it down, use your brushers.
That's what this guy right here does so well. So is Manitoba for that matter. Look at the weight that's coming here now.
One of the concerns, of course, coming in was his hip and groin problem that caused him to miss a good part of the curling season, didn't return until December. And he has been limiting himself to the amount of throwing he does, the amount of practicing time. But so far has been able to manage it.
My fear was him bumping it a foot, and then we guard, and he's got the draw of the side of the button for 2.
Yeah, I know what you were thinking.
Yeah. Roll?
Yeah. Like right there?
Okay, that's easy.
I think what I was really impressed with Manitoba this week in the couple games they struggled against New Brunswick. Mike had a struggle in one game was just their demeanor on the ice with each other. It's different. They really are supporting each other. And I think what happens, you play together for so many years, sometimes you forget that you need to support each other. You kind of start to take it all for granted. And after this big conversation they had just after Christmas, it's a different looking team and they're getting a lot out of each other because of it.
Well, it's not like any other relationship, isn't it?
Exactly. 20-some years of marriage and you forget to open the car door anymore, and so you have to kind of go back to the basics.
Yeah, 4 years. What's my name, Cheryl?
Something with an R, isn't it?
Thanks. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, just knows it.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
Okay. Okay.
All right, do you try here?
Yeah, all day. Absolutely zero risk. It's also a really good spot for Gushue here. If he rolls buried, he's guarding the button and he's not far from the buttons. Chance to actually steal here if this is made properly. And he just gave it a go with the out turns. He's got a really good idea what this does.
Board weight.
Board weight?
Yeah, let's make this roll now. Yeah.
One thing about Jamie's ice is we talked about softening the weight to get the desired result. That's what all the teams have finally done. They're only throwing board weight here. That's not much more than hack weight.
Board.
It's final stone Newfoundland Labrador here in the first. Chance to hit and roll behind that, just off center guard.
Board. Whoa.
Yes. Now he's got him.
Hard.
Now jump it over, take it over, let it sit, and it is sunk.
Great line call by Mark.
Brilliant.
Look at this, the patience to wait and know what you can do once it hits. Look at the roll.
Whoa. Yep, please. Whoa. Board. Yes. Board. Whoa. Yes. Yes. Hard. Roll it. Hard.
You know, Russ, you go back to where that stone was at first. It was down around the 12 foot of the back 12. And then it just kept creeping up with every exchange. And then Manitoba unable to roll it far enough away.
Yeah, they needed to get farther away. That's absolutely true. Patient end by both teams. But now this is a huge shot.
Line's good.
This is not an easy shot to make here, especially under these circumstances.
First end, and you've got to draw a piece of the button here.
Line's good.
I don't think so.
Matt Wozniak
getting
getting Neufeld.
It's okay.
You can hear BJ Neufeld calling line.
No, we're good, Matty.
Line's really good.
We're good.
They're good, they say. Full 4.
Shot, Mike. Got a boy.
Atta boy, indeed. What a shot. Forced to draw the 4 foot. First in, first point on the board. Yes, both teams are supposed to be ready to play, but you're never quite sure. But first indications they are. Let's look at the last 2 shots. Brad Gushue right here.
Nobody's going to beat Brad and Mark because they're going to have to earn it. Perfect patience here. Nichols calls it perfect, right on the dime.
And now you've got to reach in and hope in your pocket that you've got your draw weight down first end.
Oh, you do, and you know what you're thinking. If you don't make this crowd's going to go crazy. There's a lot of pressure on making the shot, and it gets you really comfortable for the rest of the game in the draw and the feel.
And from the brushers to the call, perfect to pick up the single. The key shots are brought to you by Cashmere. Nothing feels like Cashmere. It's been this way every draw. Newfoundland Labrador has been on the ice here at the Mile 1 Center, opened in 2001. As Brian mentioned, seats around 7,000, is the home for the final season of the St. John's Ice Caps, the Montreal Canadiens affiliate. They will be moving to Laval next year. And here in the second, it will be Newfoundland and Labrador. Brad Gushue. It does have the last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstone.
Good shot. That's not bad.
That's why Newfoundland's the #1 team at forcing, because of those rolls. And the reason they make those rolls is back again to what we talked about with the weight.
Soft weight.
It's just that board manageable. And it's not to say this ice doesn't move. It's just very weight sensitive. The draws will bury around a top 8-foot stone, no problem. You just can't overthrow the hits.
Weight's good. Board. Just board. Okay, yep. Gotta go then.
Look at the top front end brushers too. The strength, the power, the communication they have. Why wouldn't you give your rock to the brushers?
Whoa.
And underneath he goes. I mean, you look at the back of Gallant. That name of his takes up the whole shoulder. I mean, he has changed physically from that junior day.
It's so true. I curled against Brett when he's coming up through the junior ranks, and he's just a scrawny little guy.
But all of them.
Go.
Hard!
All the front ends now have become more physically active, and they'll catch it on the way by. They'll leave the shooter out in front. So we still have that center guard and a guard covering the edge of the 8.
It is so true. They're just all looking for an edge. You know, in any edge, if you can have two brushers and they can carry a rock another foot for you as a thrower or hold a stone for you, that translates from the gym onto the ice.
Whoa, Mark. Whoa, Mark. Just board. Close. No. Off.
Trying to save it.
Sit. Whoa.
Okay. Sit down.
Okay. Good shot.
And sit it will. Covers the edge of the 12.
You ever rip that, guys? That's what he's thinking.
I like gripping it. Like make the double, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Matty, here we go.
What is it? What about here, Matt?
Third, thick third.
So,
Looks pretty
About a
thin.
half.
you got thick quarter.
Okay. Thick quarter. Okay.
Throw it here.
Should run right where you throw it.
Main thing here is kill the toughest one, or the one that's most dangerous to Manitoba, which is the top one.
Whoa. Come on.
It's really straight here.
Okay.
It's fine. All right.
And thought he'd try to get the deuce, slides underneath. Let's take a look at the week that was for these teams, and we'll start with Manitoba. There you see the win over Newfoundland quite early, and then the loss to BC, John Morris, then a loss to the defending champions. But a strong finish out, as Cheryl said. Tough teams to begin, tough teams to finish, sets them up perfectly.
Pretty tight. Real tight. Bottom of the cup. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Bottom of the cup. Clean. No, don't clean. Just line them
Bottom
up.
of the cup is
Jump up.
referring to, instead of saying zone 3, zone 2, they're talking about the bottom of the Tim Horton Cup.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, are we putting here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, we're working golf.
So, further to what you said, that loss, a second loss very early to the Territories. Now you've got to be aware, 3 losses, 4 losses. They ran the table out, Brad Gushue. Remembering that last year in Ottawa, these same 4 playoff teams, and again it was 3 losses. It was all that you could afford. And then the final round robin standings. Quebec, they had a chance earlier today, missed it. They lost to Manitoba. BC was hoping, they needed some help. And then, of course, Team Canada won their last against New Brunswick, trying to play spoiler. The potential there was we could have 3 teams at 4 losses, forcing tiebreakers. But once again this year, we don't. Just 4 teams through and clear into the playoffs.
Top 4. Top 8.
You got lots of room right now, Brett.
I think line's okay.
A lot of room.
Oh yeah, look at this. Wait, not bad.
Hey, line's getting better.
Top 8. T. Go ahead, Brett.
Go ahead, Brett.
Go ahead, Brett.
Come on.
Go ahead, it's going.
Go, come on.
Hard, Brett. Hard.
Oh, he'll tuck a piece. That's great work. Wow. Long week. You try to forget about it all now, though. You're into the playoffs, and you're 1 win away from being in Sunday's final.
Or straight in the
More
nose.
than a piece. He almost buried the whole stone.
Big in the nose.
Ever. That was way out by the center line, halfway down.
There's what that fitness gets you, is that extra
That's what they do in PEI,
foot of
boys.
slide and a little extra curl.
He may be playing for Newfoundland Labrador, but
Yep. Whoa.
Prince Edward Island is still his roots.
Never.
On it back. Oh, and they stuffed it. Now it's set up.
Hey, Beach. Okay, Beach.
You know, you think about 1-2 shots in a game when you go back to the room and
Just top 4
you
depth.
debrief.
I agree.
And if,
nice, so
you know,
same way.
Manitoba should go on to lose this, it's only the second, but right there is one shot in one end that turns it around, Sherman.
It is, you know, for lots of these players, they go back and they do analyze their entire game.
Heavy.
I looked at some of these numbers beforehand, and that was the only kind of area or weakness I could see was BJ's outturn. His outturn draws 62%, his outturn hits a little low, so something to watch for the game.
Just in front of T. Splitting T.
Russ, you know, we looked at the standings there, and you saw Quebec out by 1 game. They had a marvelous week. They had lost their first 2. Then they lost this morning to eliminate themselves, and then, of course, it was out of their hands. BC and John Morris with Jim Cotter throwing 4th. They're at 4 losses. Were you ever in that position? What did you tell the team, or how did you come to settle it with yourself that you missed by 1 game?
Oh, it's tough. It really is. And then you just start reflecting. Oh, I should have made that double, or I can't believe they made that run back. And you just, it's that. I've never seen it. I say this a lot, but I've never seen it so close this year. You can look at the teams that lost so many multiple games on extra ends, last shot, doubles, whatever it was. And it's part of the game. You just have to go with it. And you hope that the next time around, you're on the right side of that inch.
You need a little bit of that to win championships. You need a little luck and a few things to go your way. All the great teams, once they win, talk about that they had the odd break that went their way.
Hard mat. Yep. Hard mat. Right over.
Would like to roll it back and give themselves a chance at
Shot, Mike.
maybe a double. It'll spin to the back edge.
Great throw,
now
Mike.
it's
Perfect.
dangerous. If you're Newfoundland Labrador, you got to hang it back there, not roll out.
Beautiful shot.
Okay, I like it.
Even if Brad makes this,
I mean, like,
could be a double.
does he how much air does he have, Jeff?
I don't know if he's got much if you sit right there enough.
No, I just mean like if we roll.
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
Nose?
Nose or an inch low?
Well, if you were throwing it,
We going for nose or flop? Right on the nose. I don't think you can afford to take the double on if we nose.
No. Nose hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Board weight?
Knowing the angles, you have feathered double, which could create a complete miss and a draw for 3.
I think it's perfect.
Likes to stay right on the nose on this. Either way that you roll could give him an opportunity for a double.
Brad Gushue, his first. Newfoundland Labrador with last roll.
Just forward, Mark. Hard! Yeah!
Trying to keep this set up for a possible deuce.
Yeah! Whoa!
And right on the nose. Boy, he couldn't have cracked that beat more perfectly.
You roll a little bit right, and there's a thin double. You roll a little left, and there's probably a nose double.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think back to the game with Team Canada for Newfoundland.
Yeah, I know.
Yesterday, and we thought, boy, this may be over after Kevin Cooey scored 3, right, last night. Ends up a win for Newfoundland in an extra.
Like this.
Is this worth
Error I have here.
the risk of playing the double, considering where you are in the game?
I don't think so, and it's everybody's preference. It's how confident you are in making the double, number one, and how comfortable you are with giving up a 3, because that's what could happen. Giving up 3, the crowd going crazy, it's just not worth it. I think this is the best of all the options. You could hit the back one and roll back towards that red one, make maybe a half buried shot for Gushue. But if you roll right on top of the back red, then Brad Gushue's got a tough little shot to make.
Cheryl, would you play the double?
No, no, and again, it's just risk versus reward, and it's exactly what Russ said. You just don't want to let the crowd into it. You don't want to give that home team advantage to Gushue any more than he already has it. So just keep it close. Patience. Mike McEwen has said in every interview I've listened to him and heard him in the scrum afterwards that patience has been what has got them wins all week. So continue that.
Just bump, hair down. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard, Matty.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Little light, BJ.
Yep. Close. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Right up.
Okay. No roll.
Well, that obviously curls there because Mark and Nichols come around. They didn't think it was going to be close. He made it perfect.
They cheer the shot. They cheer before the throw. Knowledgeable. Appreciative.
Same as practice, yeah. Really nice feed. Show me the button.
Show me the button.
Flight, but it was like a flight, gotta go.
You may have pulled the string a little bit on this, and so it'll be up to
Fell top 8 out of my hand, so you gotta go.
Gallant.
We're fine, Mike. Get out of the way.
Nichols out too. He says we're fine, and now Nichols will take over. And they've got full 12. That's what they got to get here. If that crowd doesn't urge you on, nothing will. They have to work for it.
Heads down.
Yeah, no worry. A little peek to see where they are and into the top 8. Gushue. Now they're calling off Walker Gallant. Yep. They have got it. Final stole for Newfoundland Labrador. They lead by 1. Walker Gallant coming through, coming by. Angle it back. You got it again. To pick up the win in the extra. Walker Gallant. T-line. Now Walker. Now Gallant. Coming in. And gonna sit and sit and sit and sit and yes! And that was last night. Draw 16, win over the defending champions Kevin Cooey. Extra end, draw the back of the button, but there were those anxious moments when you thought maybe they overrushed it, maybe the crowd. They couldn't communicate properly, but it did dig in as Fudge maybe in that slide path, and they picked up the win. Capped it off with a win this morning to finish with a record of 9-2. Tied with Manitoba, but Manitoba awarded first place, first seed because of their round robin win. As we welcome you back on this Friday night of championship weekend, New St. John's and Mile 1. Newfoundland Labrador score the 2 in that second, and so it will be Manitoba. And Mike McEwen from the Fort Rouge in Winnipeg that do have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 3.
I really think Denny Neufeld has been an advantage, a big advantage for Manitoba in setting up the ends. #1 lead, 94%.
Probably don't have
His
to
numbers
throw a
have
lot
been
more than that
incredible
tight
all
guard.
week.
Denny came around that opening guard from Jeff Walker, which was in a good spot, almost buried it, and then Jeff slivered past that center guard with soft enough weight, rolled totally buried. That's that red one, shot rock top 4. 3 hit and rolls from my count, and a perfect come around by Team Gushue here already. They're looking scary good.
Full 12, guys. Line's perfect.
Top 12. Line's good.
On the corner, Mark.
Yep. Hurt. Line's good. Gotta go.
A win tonight would put Brad Gushue into his second straight final, losing to Team Canada last year in Ottawa.
Mind this on the nose.
Can you come around and make
Only other
that flash
shot
and
this.
roll?
I don't mind that.
I like that.
I don't mind it.
That's the shot.
Okay.
Could freeze it too.
Just what?
Yeah, you don't even have to kill that red, really. Just
No.
get it up, pop it in the open.
No, you move it really. You've got the hammer for Manitoba. You move that red anywhere behind the tee line. Now it's an advantage for Manitoba. Roll your shooter away so there's no double.
All right, Maddie, here we go.
This is a shot that if you do overthrow it, this is where we see it sail by. You really have to manage your weight on this kind of shot.
And a lot of the teams always threw the normal or down normal at this. You can't do that, not with these stones.
Good back line.
Just enough to pump it out is all you need. You'll roll forever here.
Whoa.
PJ Neufeld.
Little heavy.
Once this yellow one hits that gear effect, it'll spin.
And now they push it back, and there's that Newfoundland Labrador stone that goes to the back 8. But keep an eye on that stone that just stops now on the edge
Doesn't look
of the
great.
12. That Manitoba stone may still come into play.
Small third.
I think you need half.
What if I don't know, I could do something like what they did, bump it in.
You're just leaving them a hit and roll then.
Unless you can
split the red and both sides.
So now you look at, they can't really chase that yellow because of where they tap that back right red one.
You like doing something here? No, I think the draw is the call. Okay, I like it. Yeah.
Okay. Full 4.
Yep. Yeah, you need about
5 feet more.
Yeah, 6 more feet.
Get away with 6 for sure.
Yep.
You have to go with your gut once in a while. All these teams, the strategies bang on. They really know each other. They know the ice. They know what they should do with different conditions. But in this particular situation, that red one that Vic talked about, buried top 12, is tough for Manitoba to remove. So
Line's good.
you can be a little more aggressive in this situation without hammer.
Actually, you're right. Line's good.
Line's airtight.
Top 4. Line's good.
Line's a little tight.
Yep.
Line's
Top
fine.
4. Yep. Still top 4.
Where is it?
Fighting button. Whoa, Mark.
Fighting button. Whoa, gotta stop here.
Yeah, we gotta be ahead of this, Mark.
No.
From the top of the house, that curled almost
sorry,
a foot.
I should have said something, but I'll get out of your way then. Yeah.
Perfect.
I felt that's where it was.
Yeah. Good wait.
Little Bam Bam doing a little Bam Bam on his front end. You're moving him out of the way.
Let me in there.
Great shot, Brett.
The intensity of the
Right in the
teams
nose.
right now. It's
Maddie, here we go.
it's interesting.
But you can't let it consume you.
Right.
Right? I mean, it has to be controlled.
You don't want a lot to be different. You really want to maintain whatever you were doing during round robin. Everything gets amped up a bit.
That was the run it back, touch. Oh, goodness, and through the hole. They leave the shooter out in front.
Good throw, Maddie.
Raised Rock will catch the top of the 12.
Oh, got robbed. They're a
Pretty unlucky.
eyelash away from getting both these reds.
Really?
Oh, that's tough to do, that hole.
Comes up just a millimeter. They're all gone.
Ah. Didn't get the one in the house, and the other one's shot rock over the other one.
Exactly. That red one at the top at the 2 o'clock position is better than the one at the 5 o'clock position.
Yeah.
Just about give up on that corner yellow one now to be on the scoreboard for Manitoba.
Wing a little bit quicker.
I think maybe a foot or two, but it's really close.
Okay.
Mine's good.
A little heavy.
Well,
Through the first two,
Close, Brett.
A little heavy
both
right
Mark
now.
Nichols and
Like to be off
Gushue
it.
at
Hold it,
100%, the team at 96,
Mine's good. Mine's good.
compared to Manitoba's 83.
Good.
We are not heavy. Weight's good.
No.
Brett, get on the other side.
Switch,
Waiting
Brett.
8. Yep. Waiting 8.
Hard.
Slow. Yes.
I think so. I think so. I think so.
Yes. Whoa. Good shot. Didn't want to give him this double.
Yeah, that's real good. Great shot.
It's a good spot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It is really good. Mike's going to have to open it up.
It's in a great. It's a good spot. It's perfect depth.
It's a shade high.
Good because nothing is straight back. There's just
Here we go.
rocks in each other's way.
There is. The angles are really good. You can't run it anything straight back. You have to play the guard.
You can take your own out here just as easy as a red one.
BJ Neufeld all on its own.
It's not going to
And
be good.
he'll get his own at the top. Did open it up, however. The shooter has rolled almost to the bumper. But the red stones are piling up for
Brad,
Newfoundland Labrador. They do not have last rock here in the third.
No, it's not. It's not stupid at all. Might be the smartest thing.
What do you think, Brett?
Well, yeah, I don't mind it because I think if we guard the one that's shot, he almost like nose rolls
Triple?
in a bit, and we're
Go
not.
there.
Is there a triple?
Maybe, but he's losing his shooter.
I think what he would do is he play this double, do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, and stay in front.
try to
pretty
stay
good.
somewhat open.
Are we trying to stick this then, or maybe do this?
I think what he's going to try now is he's probably going to try that, right?
Yeah.
Or a straight freeze?
Yeah.
Just here.
Okay. I don't mind the hit on this. I think it's a smart call. Yeah. I just think there's a lot of place we can put it that's going to help his cause. Up here.
I agree with
sure.
Brad.
Right
it's
there,
almost
he
like
could
too
probably
many
get rid of four
stones.
of them.
Yeah, let's give it a whack.
McEwen taps that back, maybe
I
stays
like
in this
trying
type
to
of
do this.
area.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to get it out.
Actually,
Yeah.
Not sure I'd go this
if we do
defensive
that,
though,
he
Cheryl.
might be able to play a triple.
Yeah,
City
good
flat.
shot.
Mark.
Yeah.
Well, if we nose it,
No.
it's in the open.
Yeah. He gets something over there.
Fly it.
You can feel the enormity of the game where Brad Gushue is trying to think of everything. They're playing so well. It's like,
You
how
guys
can
like
I
this?
Yeah.
make the shot making so good? He's more worried about the strategy.
Okay, the book says if you're Newfoundland Labrador, you want to force and hold
Yep.
Manitoba to 1.
Hard.
Right.
When the situation is like
Hi,
this,
Brett.
do you forget that and suddenly look at all those 4 stones in there and think to yourself, my goodness, maybe I can steal
Wouldn't
1,
say I
2,
got
3?
hard on those.
Or is it still about forcing to 1?
probably don't have hard on
It's
the
definitely
field.
about forcing to 1, and I think that's exactly why Brad didn't throw anything into the 4-foot, because that's
so.
where
Double and roll.
you do something like that, you might get tempted into playing a steal, but he realizes it's set up really good right now for a force. Extra stones in there only
Also
helps
guarded the
McEwen.
top 4 one and
Tap
given
something
him
around now, a deuce comes
Yeah,
up.
hit and roll.
Yeah.
Guys have played together for so long. They're on the same page. Both teams, really. That helps a lot in these situations where you don't have to burn a lot of time. You kind of think the same in these situations.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Hard.
Just make sure this double.
Hard, Denny.
Yeah, Denny.
Hard,
They
Denny.
do get the double and they're going to roll it underneath. Yeah, they'll tuck a piece.
Nice shot.
It's a really good shot.
Shot.
Thanks.
Really lets Manitoba off the hook, in my opinion. I don't disagree with what Brad was worrying about. You can't throw a guard in that situation, but maybe top 12. Of course, that shot wouldn't have been available other than a triple.
Thanks, Mark.
You almost have to play the raise here. Is it? No, I think you see enough maybe to throw it soft.
Hack weight.
Hack weight.
looks like a lot of ice.
But then again, coming back to what Cheryl said, Russ, if your plan all along is to force,
I think it's good.
you're still in a good spot if you're Brad Gushue.
You are, but this isn't an easy shot. I think they kind of let them off the hook. You're right, and the force is definitely on for sure. He's just got to execute this one. Mark Nichols
Hair light, pretty good.
rock curve quite a bit coming the other direction, so this should go.
Got to get by that stone. Just sitting top 12. Shot rock T line, edge of the 8.
Whoa, whoa, clean.
You ready for the yellow, Mark?
Yep. Whoa. Yep. What's yellow?
And the yellow will go. And they are sitting 3. Interestingly enough, that stone, top edge of the 12, that may be the stone that forces.
It's true.
It's almost inevitable we were going to roll there, but
Yeah. It's a little dangerous, but I like it. Tap it. It's literally, you want to hit it right on the nose. I think so. Right on the beak. Yeah. With about here. Back 8. Yeah, back 8 right on the nose. Okay.
I think this is what you really watch for if you're a coach of either team is, are you changing? Has your style of game changed? Is Brad going defensive under pressure? Is Manitoba taking more risks under pressure? You want to just be playing the same.
Yeah, I think that's max. Yeah,
Exactly. Confident call here, Cheryl. You can play the easy double, make a wide open hit, tie the game.
I think back 8's perfect though on the nose.
They're going to take some risk here trying to score 2.
And I'd say Manitoba's been doing that all week, so I like to see them continue. And this is a game to do it. It's a 1 versus 2. You have a second life.
Back 8 right on the nose.
Okay.
As long as the weight's close, he should get something behind the tee line and make his next one a little bit easier if Brad picks it out of there.
Speed's good here, Mike.
Dead on. Split them open just a fraction. Don't make it more than a rock width. Probably back 4, Cheryl.
Pretty good. Felt good. Whoa, Matt.
Back 8.
Close.
Whoa, Matt.
Weight's real good.
Whoa, off.
Weight's all there.
Off.
Getting close.
Yes.
All there
Whoa,
still.
whoa.
Back 8. Whoa, husk curl. Yep.
Not bad.
Real good.
That was
Real good.
brilliant weight.
And they are the shot stone.
Shoot, I think it might be down.
Just need to get him to go on it just a
It
little
is
bit. To make
Manitoba. That
Yeah.
Yellowstone, just enough for the button.
That was the danger with Gushue doing what he did, going out hitting 5th shot rock. It allowed McEwen to
What's easier to squirt it out?
free things
Can
up.
we? This way. That way? Oh, yeah. It's super thin, eh?
It is. Like, I don't think you're ever making it this way.
No.
The other thing is, could we try something?
We
and
just go right
make his
there.
draw real tough.
Right there, he's got a tough time getting 2.
Yep.
Yes.
I totally think.
Like even if we discard that.
Right, if we're right here,
Yeah.
Exactly.
he plays it right on the nose and tries to move it enough, right?
Yeah.
I think we have.
Well, we got to be a piece of the 4.
Yes.
If we're a piece of the 4, even if we're right, there he might have the triple.
Yeah, he whips it into.
That's probably better than picking it, guys.
I agree. We just want to bite center.
Bite center line, yep. Right there. Yep.
You'll have to explain to me why one is better than the other, not just pick it out and let him have the draw or guard this or put one in front.
The pick's so fine, Cheryl. It's you tell me a 10% chance even a Brad Gushue would be able to get it this way. He's got to hit about a 16th of that rock to get it out clean. If he doesn't do it, it's an easy 2. So he's going to make it a tough 2. He's going to try to come down maybe into this area.
Ice, Mark.
How does Mike get 2?
Maybe not that much, but
Great call, actually.
You like that, guys?
Back to his goal for this end for
hair in the max side,
Gushue
but
is
I
to
like
force.
it.
Makes this shot, and it's going to be a really tough deuce.
With like backline weight into the button too.
Can't rule off or anything, and this is a simple deuce then.
Weight's good.
Clean. Felt it all there, Brett.
Yeah.
Clean.
Hair heavy.
Line's good. Top
Whoa,
4.
wait. Whoa.
Pretty good.
Weight's
Brett.
good.
Pretty good. Line's good.
Yeah, line's a little
Brad
tight.
Gushue, his
Curling
last.
now. Line's
Here
tight.
in 3,
Curling
Manitoba
hard.
with the
Let it
hammer.
go.
Walker,
Let
Gallant,
it
want to
go.
just put it on the corner. Overlap, sit top 4. Gallant.
Go.
And how nice. How nice. How nice.
Nice shot, Brad. That's better that we bumped it because it makes his in-turn draw.
You couldn't walk down and put that in any better of a spot.
Still really dove, eh?
Might be room on the out-turn side.
Thought I got out to you.
Yeah, it looked like it curled early, so I didn't know if it was maybe a little square.
With the way Brad's out turn curled, you see this here. Might have a chance. It's enough movement.
Yeah, just
What, to sneak around and grab the button?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. And a risk here too, Cheryl, isn't there?
finish out here.
You want to tap that red one up for shot. You hit most of that red one with back 4 foot weight. It's steal a 2.
Not too worried about that.
I would assume Mike's taking a little extra ice. You don't make it, you don't make it.
Exactly.
I agree with you. You don't want to over curl.
He made an in-turn so similar to this to beat Northern Ontario. Caught the side of the button.
Wait, speed's good, right?
Speed's good.
Yeah.
Tough shot, though. And they haven't been out this far either.
Made a draw to the top 4 in the first.
You got some room.
To score the single. Now needing to catch a good piece of the button.
Really good line.
For a
Key it and it's close.
2 here in the third, and
we're there.
Take the lead.
Just we're there.
It's Matt's rock. No.
Danny.
They got this now. Can you drag this around? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? No, that little rub will straighten it out and take out the steam, and they'll settle for just the one.
Great throw, Mike.
44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2017 Ford Escape SE in the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. The number whittled down to just 2. And in the final, Martin Crête from Quebec faced off against Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs. And the skip from the Sioux, well, he came to play, scoring a total of 21 points, including a 5 on the Around the Horn triple. Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on a 2017 Ford Escape SE. It is the Tim Hortons Brier, the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. The 88th edition, dating back to 1927. We are in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. What a wonderful week it has been here at the Mile 1 Center. So Manitoba picks up their single. We said in the commercial break, it really did look like they had it, but the brushers backed away, and then it just rubbed and rolled on that stone. Top 4 and lost its oomph. So here we are, tied at 2. We go to the 4th, and it'll be Newfoundland Labrador. Brad Gushue, who does have the last rock playing the Redstone.
Well, I thought even that Mike would have over-iced on that too, because Brad's really curled there. And I think they got caught a bit because they had to go on it to try to finish a bit, and then it really did at the end.
And it really did, as did Gushue's. That was so close. As you know, that goes down as a 0, but 2 perfectly thrown stones by Mike McEwen.
And you're right, it's reflected in his number. He's now down at 71%.
Weight's good, I think. Line's good.
Couldn't have thrown that any better either.
Man.
Hair heavy. Line's nice. Top 8. Well then, line's good. Close. Line's
Still
good,
perfect games being thrown by Mark Nichols and Brad Gushue.
Gotta go. To it. Mark.
We forget too, Vic, that it's a little bit like golf when the guy's 240 yards away, and then as the ball's in the air, the camera zones in on the cup itself, and you see the ball 12 feet away. It doesn't look that good. It's the same here. Mike McEwen, for the length of this building, was within an inch of making that thing.
You ever throw a guard? Yeah. I like that. Think so. Come on now.
Speed's good, eh?
Yeah.
Perfect freeze, perfect come-arounds.
Should be pretty high.
It's over though, right?
Easy.
Yeah, it's over.
Still high? Yep. BJ. No, Beach. Danny. A little bit. Danny.
Make sure it's over the hog line.
Hard guys.
Just.
Okay.
See what the skip was there for?
Right.
Yelled down, make sure it's over the hog line. It's an important role.
I think it helped.
Yeah, just off the line.
might throw the
2/3, little less than 2/3.
What'd he say?
2/3,
2/3 or a little less?
Yep.
Okay.
Just trying to get that yellow across the top of the red, get both yellows to go.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Whoa, man. Heavy normal.
Close.
Whoa. Little
Off.
firm. No,
Close.
never.
No,
No.
no.
No, no. It's way too hard. Okay. Threw it too hard. Okay.
Brett's still amazed me. It looks like he's coming out with board weight, but he's just such a big guy. He gets out there. And
Deceiving.
Didn't miss by much, though, eh?
No.
Just didn't miss by much.
Speed's good here.
set this guard up a little bit better.
You can go a bit beach. Hard, Danny. Help him.
Hard early.
Just over.
Danny, hard on that.
This is the out-turn that moved really hard going the other way.
Pretty high. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Whoa.
Trying to guard the inside edge, which they were successful at.
Good
But it's
board.
so long, I think he can pump that yellow out of there and sit two.
I do too, and roll behind the corner.
Just make sure you're bored.
Board weight.
Yep.
Not sure why they kept brushing that last guard. Good 3/4 that's almost on the center line. You might kick both reds in behind both guards.
Yeah, good board.
Right out of his hand, they pick up Brett Gallant.
Gotta go.
Nichols, Walker, gotta go. You heard him. Gotta go. By one, by two. Now they back off and they'll pop it out the back and sit two around the edge of the eighth.
Real good.
And somewhat tucked as well
Great striking,
behind the
Mark.
corner.
It's true.
What about me?
A little heavy? Must have been a little heavy because I was a little tight.
Watch the stone on the left where it goes now. Okay, it'll spin left. See that stone just at the top of the Tim Hortons? Well, that's just protecting that stone now as you look at it.
You can access it anywhere.
Danny?
I think I'm right in the middle. That's pretty good.
Bob.
He's not going to be able to throw much weight.
Bumper
out.
weight beach.
Problem with this roll is you're rolling behind the two long guards that you threw, and they're so long that you have to be absolutely perfect, and they can probably still get at it.
Off. Never.
Matty. Go, Matt.
Okay.
It's just that much wide.
Yeah.
Oops, a daisy there again. You see him give a little, that's been a problem.
It does.
The stones, people just don't see them in the cups. It's the color similarity, obviously.
Somewhere close.
Is that good?
I think it was over a little more than that.
I've seen so many people trip on those this week.
Yeah.
Not much.
That looks pretty good, actually.
It does.
That looks
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Is that good?
Isn't that roll I made?
Yeah.
So, we put another one up there.
It happens so often. Gotta be careful doing this.
Yeah, I know.
Do we want to do that?
What about just on the nose?
Does he have any space?
Oh yeah, I got a little bit of room.
Would he be shot?
You can roll edge on edge and be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think we go there. He could get there.
Okay. Nose hit.
Really
Very
good awareness. If you roll right behind the guard, which would be the thought, is it's just now another guard for Manitoba. They come around, loop around everything.
It's going to do a whole lot.
There's still some movement here, though.
Okay, do you want board?
Just.
Okay.
Just board. I like that way.
All right.
Just want to roll edge to edge, and then if Manitoba chooses to come around, then you've got yours to promote.
Please, board.
Quiet board.
Yep. Yep.
Gotta go.
Mark Nichols.
Gotta go.
Heavy hack.
Gallant has got him.
Hard.
Gallant has got him.
Hard normal.
Now the roll, and underneath, and it may just have popped a little bit.
Hard. Hard normal.
Hard normal. Now the roll, and underneath, and it may just have popped a little bit.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Brad said there was a lot of movement here. There is, even with that weight.
Good weight. Look how much shows after.
Great weight. I think what you want.
Just enough, Vic, I think, to throw soft weight and kick over towards that other red one. I don't know whether the double's
Make
there.
it normal.
Shoot.
Might be.
Sorry, boys. I gotta hit like half. Yeah, you gotta hit what you see,
I gotta hit all I can see.
These are so dangerous. You
Like
just think, oh,
normal?
here's my chance to get out of
so.
the end. You have to hit half of that. You can't even see half. You tick the guard. Gushue draws for 3.
He could bring the weight down and play something just to roll over into it.
Into the side of it, and then you're buried. I like that.
Weight's good.
This is all or nothing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, Maddie, whoa.
Yeah. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
Hard.
Hard.
Real close.
Oh, goodness.
Whoa.
They sneak it by.
Okay,
Look
yeah,
at this
yeah,
roll.
yeah.
Look
Whoa,
at
whoa,
this
whoa,
roll.
whoa.
Oh, to the corner. And it's covered, and it's shot rock.
Go, BJ, out of boy.
Nice try.
Great shot.
He hit all he could see.
Man, that was dangerous.
Oh. Nice shot.
To your point, though, probably better result than the double.
Hard.
Oh, man.
So all or nothing.
But this is just brilliant.
It is.
Look at that.
And there's sometimes you can risk it, Vic. Like, you know, you've got hammer, you rack, you know, you make your last shot, you get out of it. Without hammer, they'd be drawn for 3 here. Good shot.
Line's a little tight. I thought it was a hair light. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Go a little.
Doesn't look heavy.
Weight's good, I think.
Line's good.
Doesn't
Little
look
tight
heavy.
if anything. Right in the 8. Just full 8. Just full 8.
Weight's good, I think.
Just full 8.
Easy.
Full 8.
Over curling a bit, Brett.
I'm not quite full 8 right now.
Okay, go then. Go, 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 go,
Good,
go,
good,
go.
good, good.
Great shot, Mark.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Shot stone.
Mark.
Covered.
Sorry about the first one.
Just a hair soft.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought
think
too.
that's a good line.
Yeah.
Good.
Back 4, right?
The other option is like, yeah, there's no other option. I don't think you can get at it any other way. I think I can get that.
This
Well,
curl's nice.
Say it
I
like
can
it
get
is.
either to dive in there.
Yeah, it's whatever you like.
Yeah. I'm thinking the in. I'm
I
thinking
think
the
the
in.
in finishes better, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Based off of my hits.
Well, and this is the same, if you believe in the mirror effect on the ice, this is the outturn that Mike threw going the other way that over curled. So they should have a good idea that this moves.
Anymore, though. It is finishing more.
This was draw to the button, Mike.
Yeah, that's probably what we need.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they're moving a bit more.
Back tee.
Yeah.
I think the ice is moving more, Russ, than it
Back
was
button.
in round robin. Single sheet, sometimes the ice crew will work on it a little more and it'll get a little bit more movement.
I think so, yeah. Mine are finishing nice.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, the ice makers often talk about the airflow in a building.
Okay.
When other players are on the ice, the 4 sheets are going. But just now, the championship weekend, 1 sheet in play. Packed. Mile 1 center. Friday night.
Hair light right
St. John's, the 1-2 page play.
Mine's good.
Skip
Mine's
Stones.
got you.
Mike
Easy,
McEwen in
guys.
his first.
Mine's good.
Take a look.
Lots through. Lots through.
Danny
Denny
has
draw.
to be tight.
Getting better, though. Still Denny's.
The curl.
Still Denny's.
Wozniak.
Hard
Danny
Denny.
Neufeld.
Hard,
Hard.
Danny. Really good.
Hard.
Danny, go.
Hard.
Big carry now. They
Go,
want to
go,
get it
go,
back
go, go,
and
go.
hide a little bit, and they'll drag it to the top edge of the button.
Oh, another foot of speed would have been all they needed.
Just need a bit more weight.
Yeah, extra 2 feet.
Yeah.
Try.
Well, I might get a roll under something.
Okay.
Roll the edge of the floor. Hey?
Yeah, I think so.
Hack?
Yeah, good hack.
This is the part of Brad Gushue's
Wanna roll
game
right
that's
to here,
improved
right?
the
That's the
most.
ideal?
Not that he needed
Yeah,
much
I think
improvement
we-
from when I played with him, but
Fight the
he
forefoot.
hit well, he
Make
drew
him
well,
try to hit and
read the
roll.
ice
Yeah, the
well,
edge of
but
the
the
forefoot.
soft stuff.
I'd love for him to play the hit roll off it. Okay.
He made the perfect hit roll in the first end. He made a nice shot around the corner guard in
I think
the
if he plays the
third.
draw again, he's going to make it a whole lot better than that. So. Yeah.
It's all speed
that enough?
related here.
I think so.
Where does he want to roll to
little more weight
once they
than
make
last time?
contact, Cheryl?
Well, he doesn't have a lot of options once he hits. It's probably going to roll to the edge of the 4, which would give Mike an opportunity for a roll back under. That's going to be his best chance.
If he could get it a little thinner and get back, maybe back 8, if possible.
That's just a little bit risky with the weight, but
Yeah.
use your brushers at the end and see how far you can get it.
Solid hack.
You can get to that back 8, maybe sit to 2.
Just to the bumper, Mark.
Somewhat under cover again.
Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Brad Gushue
Just
first.
to the bumper. Whoa.
Nothing yet.
Whoa.
Nothing.
Yes.
Now,
Whoa,
late.
whoa,
Here they go.
whoa.
Nichols ready. A
Hard.
little bit more. Oh, that's where they'll stop. T-line, edge of the 4.
Can't see when you're sleeping.
Well, I know I'm not trying
It could have been a little more aggressive, but it's scary.
Seemed to move hard at the end.
It did, I agree.
I thought he had it.
So did I back 8, I was thinking.
That's probably a good thing. You should listen to Mark instead of
Well,
Here I thought he had it, and then it just snapped on them.
Right there.
I think, you know, Brad fessing up. Look, you've got to. I may be yelling, but you do have to listen to the man in the house, and that's Nichols.
Yeah, probably.
Different than we saw the opening weekend, these guys.
Oh, very much.
All right, Mikey, here we go.
Boy, huge shot here to go down 2 when they started with hammer here.
And for Mike, he'd rather be drawing here because that's a little bit more room for error. This has to be perfect.
Clean it.
Close.
Weight's good.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Bumper.
Hard.
Mike McEwen, who
Whoa. Yep.
last year in Ottawa lost the bronze medal to Brad Jacobs. This year he's the number 1 seed. Look at this. Look at this. And rolling it back, and it'll finally stop. And it is the shot, Rock.
Seen this before.
Yeah, solid hack.
But it is in the open.
I think the same weight I just threw.
Yeah, I agree.
Made the same move
Haven't
that
seen that
Gushue's
throw
did.
in a while. Yeah.
There you go.
to
Haven't
call.
seen this curl in a while.
No, it's more than we saw in round robin, Vic, for sure. And they're just having to adjust to it.
Nice. That rock's moving, isn't it? No, they're just, everything's moving.
quiet board.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the most positive throw.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
That was good, solid hack, though, eh?
It's a good hack. Yeah.
That was, yeah, I thought it was
Chance for 2.
just the bumper on its own. I give you the same. I could probably get away with a hair more, but. Okay, sure. Yeah, clean.
Final stone.
Yeah,
We're
more,
in the
not
4th.
much. A little more weight. Clean. Yep. Yes.
The land.
Yes. Hard.
Here come those guards. It's starting to move again. It's the stone top edge of the 8. This is the one. Get by here. Get by that. And then sit there. And you'll pick up 2 more. So both teams, all the players seeing more movement in the ice. Look at that. And they catch enough and settle. Center line back 8. Ooh, you bet. The ice has changed.
Kevin Kui's team is one of the teams that we really get amped up to play against. And if you ask them that same question about our team, they would probably say the same thing.
They're a great team, obviously. You know, the defending Olympic champs. We enjoy playing them too. They're a pretty intense team out there and one of the best teams in the world.
Both teams really want to win that game badly. Being that it's do or die and your back's kind of against the wall at the Brier, I think it brings out the best of us as individuals and as a team.
And they're right. It is that proverbial do or die. The 3-4 page playoff. The defending champions, Team Canada, Kevin Kui, against the former champion, Brad Jacobs, gold medal winner, Sochi. Both at 8 and 3. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 Eastern Time, 1, 3, 4, and 5. The winner will move on to the semifinals Saturday night. As we welcome you back on this Friday to St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, Papa 2. That's the way to do it, though. That's what the textbook says, Rush. Whenever you have the last rock, you try and get the deuce. And they did in the 2nd and again in 4. And now they lead 4-2 as we go to the 5th. And it is Manitoba that does have the last rock playing the Yellowstones.
Again, Mark Nichols, both twos and even in,
Wait,
second
nice.
and 4 were set up by come-arounds. One by Mark Nichols, top 8 off to the side and in number 2. And that one top 8 by Mark again. And it's so important to emphasize that rock position. If he makes the perfect come-around buried top 4 foot, McEwen's team freezes and Brad Gushue has a tough shot, much less real estate to score his 2 points. When Mark went around top 8, McEwen had to go around everything. Didn't quite do it. That set up the 2.
Okay. Oh, Brad.
I think the only thing that's caught Mike, because his weight's been brilliant, is just maybe putting the broom in the right spot. And is that the experience of being in a single sheet playoff situation? Brad Gushue has the advantage there for sure. He's been in this situation more often.
Exactly.
And how do you counter it if you're Manitoba? Talk a lot more on the ice. Everybody try and watch more pass. You can't play on autopilot.
Hard, just go. Just go. Hard. Hard. Right to it. Right to it.
Sweet, guys. Well, I mean, the parallels to golf would be if you play one day in the rain and then suddenly it's dry a couple of days later. You've got to adjust.
Yeah, exactly. And to Mike's credit, the errors are so minute. They're just like, he's so close. Like a hit and roll, he hits an 1/8 of an inch more. He makes it. The draw for 2, he had it right to the last second.
Whoa.
But that is the difference at this point in time.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Got a hair light on that, BJ.
Line's tight.
It's all there.
It's going to curl a lot.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
It's going to curl a lot. Just halfway, Beach. Not too tight.
Weight's good. Daughter Ivy is now
Halfway's good.
21 months. There's the things that have changed too. You know, you talked about Northern Ontario. The family has come into play for some of the players here too for this team. It's not just so curling centric. There's more to their lives now.
No, it is, and you can really see it on their faces all week. That's really what has been impressive, and I think it's just allowed them to all relax a lot more and maybe leave some losses behind and go home and come back out excited to play again rather than it being their entire life. It's perspective.
I think you go one more. Yeah.
Just prolonging the move here for Manitoba. They'll throw one more corner. Gushue will probably peel it.
I got a hair lighter on that.
That's the fun part, isn't it, Cheryl? Is getting inside the other skip's head.
And they play each other so often, they pretty much know. It's when you play the teams you don't know that is the tougher.
Go, BJ, go!
You don't really know what to expect back from them.
We'll see that at the Worlds, won't we? Totally different strategy with some of the teams.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're good. Sorry, boys.
All right.
Well, that's 2 at least, maybe even 3. They've barely gotten across the hog line.
It's like it's a little sharper pebble today so far.
Do you like this call? I think so.
That can happen. They might put on a little bit colder water because of the massive crowd. It's not much different crowd than all week because it's been virtually full every draw.
Yep. Hard. Good.
Now it's time with only 3 Newfoundland rocks left to bail out. Maybe tap this.
Around everything? Or you just tap it like a rock. Right?
You tap it and it lines up on the other one, right?
I think the best shot is to tap it. I don't know if you need to tap it.
Could you just freeze on it?
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you just want to move this, just a rock.
You want to tap
it
a hair high, don't you?
To make a little wider
just
pocket.
Shade on the on the
So
low side.
You just need T.
Yeah.
Shade on the low side.
Hair on the low side.
Okay, Beach.
Low side meaning the center line side. If you hit it on the high side, there'll be a yellow double. It's going to move this a foot.
You get shade less.
Similar to what Mike did 2 ends ago.
Okay, Beach, here we go.
I think your error would be to freeze it. Freeze would work just as well.
As long as it's on the low side.
Yes,
Yep.
center line side.
Got light. Quite a bit light.
Larders at St. Andrews is
Pretty
the
light, Mike.
golf club.
Not tapping.
Whoa,
Where you'll find Mr. Neufeld.
Top 8. Yep. Hard then. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Ushers let him know it wasn't a tap.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Husker.
Wanted to move it or rock.
Ah.
Not enough. If it was a rock, they only moved it maybe a quarter.
Oh, it's so close to perfect.
Had to curl another
I
inch.
overswept it.
So close to perfect.
That's the problem with those type of shots.
Might both go, eh? Yeah, they might.
Because Mark Nichols has that upweight ability. This one should go
Quarter rock, hard.
with peel weight.
Trying to hit
And this one will hit here and spin and come out. And both rocks will be kind of racing each other over here.
Had they moved that just another inch, then this wouldn't go that sandwiched yellow.
Yeah, or curled an inch more, the middle yellow stays. Perfectly thrown here, they'll both race to the carpet.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Hard.
Come on.
Bang.
That was hard. You hit about half of it.
Yeah.
Right out.
Yep. Right out.
Swing.
So now the blank is on.
Swing.
Good.
Mark hit that an inch, inch and a half, maybe 2 inches thicker than he wanted to, but was coming so hard.
Sorry.
Heavy board. Oh my God. Whoa, whoa. That's a lot. Yeah. Keep going. Yep.
Well, you don't want to throw just through with this?
No. Yeah, I think it was almost a freeze.
This doesn't look like a team that's feeling much hometown pressure.
Solid board.
Well, they
Heavy
shouldn't.
board.
They're
Solid board.
Clean it.
when
Just
we
clean.
see the numbers in the check the
Heavy
numbers
board.
after 5, you'll be you'll see why they're all just
Clean it.
close to 100%.
I think a lot of people too, Vic, they're under huge and a different kind of pressure because they want to win so badly for their province, that provincial pride, and then of course everybody in the crowds put that pressure on them. But this back end for Newfoundland's been through this. If you can win a Canadian Olympic trials in Halifax when there were 9,000 people all cheering for them, if you can win in Torino a gold medal for your country, I think they can handle it.
Green it. Green. Yep. Yep. Yep.
And I think for them, they can decide if it's pressure or not, really. That's part of, I think, the mental work that these teams do at this level. They can decide if it's pressure, decide if it's support. And I think this is a team that's, this is great.
Shot.
We have 7,000 people and this entire province cheering us on. Wow.
A little more in the last.
Same weight, maybe a hair more, yeah.
Just heavy board. Just clean it, Brett. You're on
Just
the nose.
clean.
Or close. Good.
Throw, Brad.
Real nice.
Rush.
Your first 5, yeah.
Here, Mike, here we go.
Final stone and looking for the blank.
Yep. Clean. Really hard. Right up. Good. Good shot, Mike.
So that really nice double by Mark Nichols gets them out of trouble. We put a blank on the board. Our first. We're midway through.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
Well, his nickname is Bam Bam. Mark Nichols throwing the third stones for Newfoundland and Labrador, and this was not a bam bam, it was just a bam, and he got them both going. Led to the blank, and so here we are midway through, and Newfoundland and Labrador have picked up a 4-2 lead, and Brad Gushue is with Brian.
Brad, I know you didn't start with hammer, but you look at the scoreboard and it's pretty much textbook. How would you grade your team's performance through 5?
Pretty solid. I think we've kept it pretty simple, but we've made the big shots. The roll in one was big to force them, and then we got a good deuce. And yeah, it feels like we're in control of our emotions, and it's fun being out here.
You have a weapon on your team named Mark Nichols. That run back he just made to get those two going sideways, it looks easy, but how hard is a shot like that?
I can't do it. I can tell you that. I wouldn't be able to get it out of the rings no matter how good I hit it, but he can throw it so hard. He has so much room for error and so much power. It's a good weapon to have.
Last night, this crowd was unreal. How's this for an encore?
This is awesome. It's so much fun. No matter what happens, this is going to be a memorable week for us.
Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Well, I said the numbers were impressive. Look at this. 4-2 on the board, 96-79 overall, but Walker, 95, Gallant, 90, Nichols, 98, Brad Gushue so far, perfect game, 100%. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
It's championship weekend. Gold medal games Sunday night, and we'll all leave on Monday with wonderful memories and also some new Newfoundland English to take home.
The term best kind can be used in a number of ways. It can describe satisfaction in something, you know, something is the best kind. You might be given something that is very special. You open it up and you say, oh, that's the best kind, thank you very much. You might be asked, how are you doing? You know, it's just simply a state of being, you know, and well, you're the best kind. You know, you haven't felt better in years. You could be having a beautiful meal. You sit back and you're very satisfied. You're so completely full. It's been the best meal you've had in a long time. That was the best kind of meal. But then Newfoundlanders also take a phrase like that and turn it on its head. And of course, after that meal, you got to do the dishes because the kitchen is in the best kind of a mess.
Well, you might ask Brad Gushue, who leads it right now 4-2. This is the best kind of a game for him so far as we come up the stairs into mile 1, seating 7,000, and it is full to the rafters tonight for this 1-2 playoff here at the Tim Hortons Brier in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Welcome back, everyone. Manitoba, after that blanket 5, will once again have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 6.
Impressive end by McEwen too. That one little tap freeze that Mark Nichols managed to kick out of the rings only had to curl another inch or move it a couple inches farther, and they would never get both of them out. There might have been a 2 possibility for Manitoba.
Hard, boys. Gotta get some space.
Hard, boys. Go.
Keep going.
Go.
Keep going.
Go.
Oh, not quite. Couldn't sneak it around, and it'll come up just short.
I think it's a straight light there.
Well, a familiar face, Vic Peters, 1992. Chris Neufeld was on that team, and of course he's coaching here this week. Manitoba, like Newfoundland Labrador, do not have an alternate player. Last year,
the top one might not be a bad idea either.
Yeah.
In Ottawa,
Just saying you make
it was John Meade that was the alternate player, and you'll remember John Meade, of course, won a Canadian World Championship with Jeff Stout. And they've given John a lot of the credit in keeping this Manitoba team together. They talk with him almost on a daily basis. You know, Chris said to me, I couldn't go to them because I've got 2 sons on the team, so I couldn't tell them what was wrong. So John basically sat them down and they had the all heart-to-heart. And John was the one that told them to take responsibility for their errors and their actions, and don't point fingers and don't slouch out on the ice. And that is what, as Brian told us earlier, was that meeting back in December. They were playing horribly. They thought they were going to dynamite the whole thing after 12 years, but they said, look, we're still family. We're still best of friends. Let's continue on. And a lot of that credit goes to John Meade.
Well, my humble opinion is, you take a look at McEwen. He's been in and around threatening to be one of the top teams in the world. How do you get to that last level, really? There's not much rarefied air where this guy is. You go to a guy that's done it. John Meade, Jeff Stoughton, they've been there, done it. And John, besides the fact he's such a great team player, great guy, he would say the right things at the right time, and it does not surprise me at all that he said, look, let's park the egos at the door, sit down, hash this out, because you guys are good.
Really tight.
Go Beach. Mine's fine.
We see a lot of the top teams will take tapes of their games, then they'll go back and review them, and they'll analyze the body language and what was said to each other out on the ice, and communication. And because I think it does, you can get an extra, who knows what, 5%. That could be the difference in a game from someone if you can just support them out there. And John Meade, no one better than to be helping these guys with that.
Funnily enough, John Meade played a couple seasons with Mark Nichols.
Well, there you see again a familiar face, Jules Ocher. After all those years with Kevin Martin as his coach,
Good.
the Canadian World Championships, the gold medal in Vancouver, gets asked to come here because of his rock knowledge. But again, no fifth player for Newfoundland Labrador. Just not enough depth. There wasn't anybody that Brad Gushue could ask to be part of the team. And that is
really tight.
Also
Top 12.
the fact that he was struggling with his groin and his hip.
Still top.
The man that he really wanted was Pat Simmons.
Right.
But Pat Simmons started the year playing with Brendan Botcher in Alberta, still registered there.
Okay.
So once you've registered, you can't jump provincial lines. And so he's now here without a fifth.
Well, I would hazard a guess, too, that Brad didn't want somebody, just anyone, to come in and affect the four of them. That's a big thing when you bring a fifth into a team. So Pat Simmons, they know him. They would have felt very comfortable with him. But you're not just going to grab anybody, because that could really change the dynamics out there, your off-ice game, so many things.
Swing. Shot.
You know, when we talked about Brad being injured earlier this season, they used the likes of Charlie Thomas from Alberta, but he played in the Alberta Playdowns.
That's a pleasure to
Pat
watch
Simmons,
right there.
again, he was registered in Alberta. And then Adam Spencer, who was here as the fifth player for Ontario and Glenn Howard. So those people he could not use.
No, the ones that he knew.
You have to think too, Cheryl, though, who do you slot in to replace Brad Gushue? So obviously Mark was up to the top. That worked really well all year without Brad. To be not to throw Brad under the bus, but they were incredible. So play three. What's wrong with that? The inside sweeper is 80% of the effectiveness anyways. You've got two Hulks on the front end. And why not let that front end play one more rock each? You're a pretty good team.
Attaboy.
Oh, and it's not like it's going to wear them out. Fitness isn't an issue.
Cover spot. Can't nose it.
So as mentioned, Brad Gushue missed a good part of the season, and they still did very well, thank you very much, with those replacement players and with Mark Nichols skipping the team. Just shy of $113,000 won.
I think that whole, as much as you didn't want an injury like that whole injury situation has added some growth to this Newfoundland Labrador team that they didn't have before.
Yep. Whoa. Hard, Brad.
Hard, Brad.
Hard.
Go.
They're trying to roll over, and then they will sit two,
Good call.
but without last round.
Good shot.
Good sweep. Good boy. Pleasure to watch. Good sweep, Brett. Good throw, Mark.
Thanks.
It's right on the nose. Whistle roll right here.
Okay.
Go on the nose with normal.
Normal.
Can afford to probably hit it just a sliver high.
High.
Yeah.
Even a sliver high will still be okay.
Can be true.
This is what Manitoba has done so well all week, is converted with a hammer. They're out of the 4 playoff teams, they're 43% of the time, but they're up tough against Newfoundland, who's got the best force efficiency rate. They don't let the opposition score many deuces.
1 and 2. Very nice. It'll go.
Okay.
And now they are sitting 2, spread out. With last rock as we play here in 6, Manitoba.
Double opportunity.
Yeah, great shot, maybe.
Yeah.
Half. Thin. Half to thin half.
Out turn, I think. Out turn.
I would say since
Teal should run pretty straight here, eh, Brett?
they started dusting rocks up and sanding them and preparing for these events, this is the best hitting ice I've ever seen in my life. So these are the type of shots we've seen it made on a regular basis, which are normally next to impossible.
Whoa. Close.
Skip
Whoa.
Stones.
Wait. Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
Brad Gushue.
Clean. Yeah. Whoa. Clean. Yes. 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 Clean.
Gallant trying for the double. Got one. Come across, and he's got 2. Wife Krista's here. Hello. It was the daughter Marissa, who was hiding her face yesterday. Yeah. Yes, we know it's Team Gushue. Yes, we know.
What an experience for
Yeah, I
those
thought you
kids.
said you want me to get a smudge mark. I was looking for a smudge mark up there.
It's easy weight.
Little bit of perspective to look up and see your kids and your family.
Clean it. Whoa.
It's good.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Has to curl a little. Okay.
Clean.
Shot.
Is that safe back there, Mark?
What's that?
The one behind you?
Mike McEwen's wife Dawn is here.
I'll
Of course,
set it up
plays
next
with
time.
Jennifer Jones.
Is that out?
That ran really high.
Jennifer's here too, supporting Brent
you
Lang,
jam?
who plays with Team Canada.
No, it's never.
Hey.
The only way is if it hits here and rolls in that way.
Good board?
Firm board, a little less than the last one.
Yep.
Yep. Hard, Brett.
Gotta go.
Hard, gotta go. Hard, Brett.
This is moving.
Let's find out.
Good. Oh, light.
Didn't hear much from you. No, I could barely hear him. A little soft for weight?
Yeah.
Is he trying?
Mike McKim very much sticks to his pre-shot routine
Does
all
he
the
ever?
time. One of the best.
Yep. Whoa, clean,
Whoa,
clean.
Former World University champion.
Hard.
And no mistake. So a blank at 5, blank here in 6. Newfoundland Labrador in control. Friday night here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. It is the 1-2 page playoff here at the Tim Hortons Brier. And it's awards night also, and receiving the Sportsmanship Award, one of the truly nice people. And you can tell by the reception of the crowd here. Jean-Michel Menard, the skip of the Quebec champions from the Etchemin Curling Club in Lévis, receiving his award from the chairman of Curling Canada, Mr. Peter Rinch. So congratulations to Jean-Michel Menard. Successful week.
Fine, Mike.
Yes, I know they fell 1 game short.
Just
4
fine,
losses just on the outside, along with British Columbia and John Morris. As only 3 lost teams got into the Final Four. And here in this 1-2 page playoff, blank 5, blank 6, it means once again Manitoba will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones here in the sun.
Little late, not bad.
The team Quebec, Cheryl, is just so impressive for me. I called them weekend warriors, which probably isn't nice. They only play half as many games as the rest of the teams, almost exactly half. They're just good. They're just playing good. They come out here. They love the crowd. They love the atmosphere. Win or lose, they're smiling. You see them in the hallway, and they're saying, "How are you doing? How's your wife?" Like they just get it. They just love the sport.
Well, that may have cost them the game, that 4th game. If they're out there saying, "How's your wife?" I mean, then you know
they should be concentrating.
Concentrating on the game. But I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I understand you want to know how your wife is. Come on. Interestingly enough, though, he did win the Sportsmanship Award prior time, and that was in 2006 when they won the Canadian Championship.
T-line.
You didn't ask me about my wife that year.
Whoa, room.
Not draw.
Matt's in. Hard man. You can go, bury it. Go, Matt.
It's going to be good. Help him out, Beach.
Go, Matt.
Right back.
Go, Matt. Go. Shot in.
Well, I think for Quebec, maybe they choose not to or they can't play full time. So it is a different approach when you come into events like this.
But you think of where they were. They lost their first 2. They had difficulty. You know, we've told this story, so I apologize if you're joining us for a first time. They played their last competitive game at the Provincials January 15th. So they had an awful lot of rust on them. And by the time that wore off, they had lost their first 2. They finished 7-4.
Yeah, they got on a roll. They figured out the ice. They got their deliveries grooved, and then they were like the 7-time provincial roll they got on, 7-game provincial roll they got on.
Like a lot of teams, you know, they lost to Brad Jacobs in the last shot. They lost to Kevin Cooey in the last shot. You know, they were just within inches of getting into this four-way battle.
We're good. It's all there.
A little tighter than half. Yeah, it just has to sit.
Halfway.
Has to sit for line.
Whoa.
It's coming down, Mike.
A little bit high. Has to sit.
Whoa, line's good.
That's good.
Shot, Matt.
Right? I think eventually on probably my first one, maybe. Just hit and roll away on the left hand.
Yeah.
That's our best chance. We get ours even.
Yep. Clean. Good.
New twists to a fresh season. MasterChef Canada. It's all new Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CTV.
Maybe a little more? No, same.
I know no one there is saying, how's your wife? They're saying maybe, how's your meatloaf? But that's about all. There's no how's your wife in that. Oh, these sociables being very sociable.
Denny's tight.
It's
ready for a little
Not too tight on.
Yep, a little bit.
Yep. Good.
Okay, that's good.
Good spot.
You want to take this on? Small half.
Heard the Manitoba front end
Want to try it?
saying that pretty soon they're going to have to hit that red closest to the top 8-foot kick and roll over and separate the yellows. Gushue knows that,
Get
so
some curl here, eh?
they're going to take a college try at getting at that yellow
I
one.
think the curl will be late.
How much weight are you
What's that? I think the curl will be late.
Yeah. Here?
Yeah, good hack.
Good hack.
Same page again. That's the secret with the best teams. Mark knows exactly what Brad expects.
Yeah, good hack. Yeah.
Gotta go.
Whoa. Yeah. Good hack. Weight's good. Whoa.
Whoa.
Off.
Real nice weight.
Off. Whoa.
Go. On the yellow.
To the wing.
And on that yellow and enough. Oh, that's perfect. And that is really what we've seen from the better teams this week. Errol Russ alluded to it as well. Just that proper weight. You want back 8 weight. That was back line weight just to push it out the back.
Well, and I think it's two things. The trust of the brushers that they're going to be able to hold it for you. And I was really impressed with Brad there because this ice is a little bit different. It's curling a little bit more. But Brad recognized Gushue that the finish is a little bit late on that spot. They've seen the draws really curl. So put the broom down in the right spot. Believes what he's seen so far in this game.
Top 4 height.
Weight's close.
Danny's raw.
Corner guard's in a great spot to play this come around, but there might be an in-off for
hard, Danny. Really got to go.
Newfoundland here,
Hard, Matt.
depending where this drops.
Hard.
Hard to go.
Hard right back.
Hard, hard,
Hard.
Keep it going, Danny.
Coming off that.
Keep going.
Okay. Shot. Maybe a
Really good.
higher would have been better.
Yeah.
They had to go on it to get it to curl behind that guard, so a little bit deeper than they wanted.
Feel it this way?
Yeah.
Forces Gushue to the peel, though.
And where do you peel it, Cheryl? It's not simple. It's could go there. It could go there. So Mark's got to get it thin on the outturn side here. Half a rock's fine. Much thicker than that, he could be in trouble.
Yep. Clean. Clean it.
Nice throw, Mark.
Really good. You don't want to disturb those two red of yours because you want to have Manitoba have to deal with them. And if you pick one off, then they only have one that they have to contend with.
Yeah. Bumper.
Okay.
I think they're going to actually jam the top red onto the shot rock,
Make the roll.
allowing the roll.
Okay, be true.
You'd love to roll to the broom, basically. If you roll too far, that left-hand red will be closer.
BJ Neufeld playing third
Bump.
stones
Whoa.
here in the 7th.
Off.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Hard, Matt.
Wozniak.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Right over,
There's
Denny.
that stuff,
right
and
over.
there they roll it away, and they will spin in.
Throw a beach out of it.
Second, but I don't know if it
Well,
matters.
we can roll in a little bit.
Can you
Pretty nice. There's no double.
The only other thing is
you bonk this on the nose? What's he do?
He plays that and leaves me the double, or he try and maybe draw there.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing with this, though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're right.
Where does he go then?
he's doing the exact same thing this way.
Yeah.
So it's whichever
But
one.
the good thing is, if he does that, we're here, and he
Yes.
rolls behind, and we nose.
Yep.
He then can't make the double, and I'll count this one.
Okay. I like that.
Sure. So nose?
Yeah.
Really well thought out.
Yep.
Yeah, you could play either Yellowstone, but they're talking about that red rock could get in the way of a jam eventually, so they wouldn't be able to play the double.
What you don't want to do here is roll over to the point that there's an easy double and roll back. So keep Gushue's rock on the left-hand side of the sheet here.
Just roll in a little. It's not bad, Mark.
It's underthrown a couple that they've managed to save.
Clean.
Board.
Yep. Clean.
Yep.
Just board.
Whoa.
Yeah, good weight. Board.
Yeah.
Whoa. Good board. Nice weight. Whoa, right up.
No. Curl.
That boy.
Good. Nice board weight. Nice
Did
throw.
he get second?
I don't.
For second.
I don't know.
I would say.
Close.
Looks like it.
I was a betting man.
Shot, Brad.
I'm not.
Looks like yellow's second to me, but
Jeez. It's really close.
Yeah. Well, does that change?
Really close.
Does that change much? though, with the
Regardless, you're
freeze?
rolling under. Oh, freeze it. Okay. Sure.
Can't blast it. Just open it for 2. I think so, right?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
the best bet.
That's a shot.
Freeze it this one too, right?
Is this the moment in the game?
Yeah.
Russ, if you're
Just wanted
Manitoba and you're
a
looking at
little
the
bit on this
scoreboard, you're
side so
saying,
that you
we've
can
got to get the
walk
deuce
that.
down.
Yeah. It's not imperative, but yeah, it is. And plus they have a chance, Vic. If they Get it in here really good. Brad might have to play either the double, which isn't easy, or he might have to, as they call it nowadays, blow it up. So you just hammer everything out of there. So the yellow goes out, the red goes out, and then you have a wide open hit for your 2.
Pair on my side, eh? Pair on your side, it doesn't even have to be that great. Yeah. Right? No. As long as it's on my side. Yeah.
My side being the yellow side. If it crosses the center line frozen, there will be a double for Brad Gushue.
Keep her on Denny's side a bit.
I think you guys, if I were to
Slightly.
So as we're looking at it, you want that yellow to be on the right side of center on the corner.
Right.
I'm not sure if we're shot or not.
Because if it's a little on the left side, the yellow's available, the yellow double.
That's true.
Line's important.
I think this ice is good.
Okay.
Should get me to the edge of the center line, right? Should be okay.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. Okay, Mikey, here we go.
That's what I love to see with Mike. He resets, starts all over again.
Line's okay, just clean it.
That might be math.
You got some room right now.
How close he comes with that throwing room.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Line's okay. Close, really close. Yep.
Gotta go.
Hard line. Hard line.
Wozniak.
Really hard
Danny
line.
Neufeld keeping on this side of the center line on the corner.
Yep.
This side of the center line.
That's a good shot.
And it is just this side.
Boy.
Yeah, Mike.
But a little separation now.
The double's there. Where's it going?
You gotta, we'd almost have to hit the back.
Well, I'm like, if you go right into the side of it,
Yeah.
well, what else are you thinking?
Does it redirect over that
It could.
12-foot redstone?
It touches the redstone first and then goes over the top.
Over the top of that
Yeah.
12-foot? I think it does.
What if you hit and rolled into half of it?
And he noses it.
Well, not if we get enough of it. If we could hit and roll into half of it and bump this guy over here somewhere.
Yeah, you know, like rearrange it a bit. I don't know, but
yeah,
I like
that's
eliminating that.
That's a safe
I'm not a big
shot.
fan of that
If
draw.
it smidges the red, I think it goes out this way. If it misses the red, it could catch it.
Whatever you like, Brad.
Do you want to just take a look at these? Like,
If it's close, I think we have to hit it. But if you're certain it's this one, I think we got some options.
We don't want to waste a ton of time on it, but it's pretty important.
Yeah, let's play normal at it here. Half rock with normal, Mark.
Gets too close to ignore it.
So, what do you think?
What's that?
Don't forget, too, it doesn't have to get out of the rings. It just has to get fully out of the 8-foot. Because they'll have... The thrown rock should
Half
stick.
a rock is normal? Yeah. I like this.
Get it
Turn
past
it
that
on?
red
Yep.
at the side of the 4-foot.
You've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
Should be close, eh? Yeah, I like that ice.
Yeah. He's having that kind of a game, isn't he?
No kidding.
Whoa.
Little solid.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Firm normal.
No.
Firm normal.
No. Close. Yeah. Yes.
Now they got him to land.
Yes. Yes.
Got him. Bang. And we'll roll over and on top. Shot rock still belongs Newfoundland and Labrador without the hammer.
Not bad.
You know what? That could be perfect.
I don't know how they get second shot.
Play the triple.
I think it's thicker and it comes up
maybe.
over.
Not bad, really.
Yeah. Should have. If it could have spun another.
He's got to hit it hard in the right and that yellow once he gets it
It's dragging, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the key
I
thing.
don't
Mark's
think it's too
figured it
bad
out.
right now.
Well, I would say even less than that.
Control?
I was thinking control.
Yeah.
You got Steven there?
Control right here. Control right there. Right? This much? Yeah, it's there.
Drag it back onto that red.
Okay.
Sure, and the red will go.
I think you need a little more than control.
But don't forget, by hitting
I
that
think control's fine. I think control's
this
fine.
red-yellow
the backward go with
combination,
control?
the yellow wants to go this way a little more. It'll be spinning, and that yellow
much are we
might
hitting?
go back out this way too
Hitting
far.
like a third, right?
Third.
It's right here on the edge of the line.
Is it not? You don't think you need just a little bit more than control? I don't think this goes too far with normal.
This doesn't have to leave the rings.
No, okay.
Mike's going to be throwing an out turn here, Vic.
All right, if you like control. Then
So when he hits the red one, it'll have the in-turn spin, which will make that yellow one we're looking at have an out-turn spin. That's a gear effect on that red shot rock. I'm worried for Mike that yellow one will spin too far.
Don't you think?
That's why I think he's trying to just throw the control to try and keep it around, and then his shooter has to kind of roll in.
But then if you hit the red thin, can you make the yellow bang the shot rock far enough? Will you have enough power to get the shot rock out of the rings?
Your shooter saves because of that left-hand one.
That's the easy part.
Yep, so you don't have to worry about that.
I think control.
I agree. It's that back one. Will it go?
Back red going with control because you're only going to be hitting like a half of it, right?
There's the point that you're making. Will they have enough to catch and move the shot rock? And right now, that shot rock belongs to Newfoundland Labrador.
It's going to be a problem with control.
Sitting top of the button, center line.
Let's make it then, Mikey.
Lonely little yellow in there, isn't it?
Well, not only is this a tricky shot, but it's you're giving up one if it doesn't work. Like it's all fine and dandy to try to get two, but steal a one at this point would be very detrimental.
4-2, Newfoundland Labrador lead as we play here in 7. Mike McEwen.
Just control.
Easy. Not a lot of weight.
Hair light. Hard, Denny.
Yeah. Now,
hard.
Kenny Neufeld.
Hard.
You can hear his brother calling line.
Hard.
All the way in.
Hard.
Denny. Hard.
Now watch them gear around and move it. And where will it spin? Look where it goes. And it goes too far. And it will be a steal of one for Newfoundland and Labrador. Well, you talked about it. Would they have enough? The gear effect. And then that gear effect, actually the yellow just grinds off the shot stone. It goes too far. You picked up a steal of one. Extend their lead to 5-2. Well, let's set the Wayback Machine. 16 years ago, 2001 Canadian Junior Men's Final in St. Catharines. Manitoba's Mike McEwen, Newfoundland Labrador's Brad Gushue, fourth and already 2-1. Gushue has the wide open draw for the deuce, and he makes no mistake, and that puts him up 4-1. On to the 7th we go. Manitoba trailing 4-2 and without last rock. Mike McEwen trying the hit and roll behind cover with his last, but he'll rub on his stone, and that would lead to a 3 for Newfoundland, and that's all she wrote. Mike Adam, Brent Hamilton, Mark Nichols, and Brad Gushue. 8-3 win in 9 ends and the first and only Canadian junior men's title for Newfoundland and Labrador. And here he is, 16 years later, on the ice again together. Mike McEwen against Brad Gushue in this 1-2-page playoff game. The winner will go through to Sunday's final of the Tim Hortons Brier. What a huge steal that was. Single for Newfoundland and Labrador. So they're up now 5-2. Once again, Manitoba and McEwen out of the Fort Rouge in Winnipeg will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 8.
Great roll by Brad Gushue, whether he wanted it right there or not. When the smoke settled, I heard Mark Nichols say, that could be pretty good.
And it was.
Yeah, I don't think Mike McEwen could have done much better. He hit it where he wanted to. He knew he couldn't throw it heavy because of that gear effect. Really bad break not to at least get a single out of that.
All right.
Played a great end, McEwen.
That's pretty much been every end. They've just been outplayed by one shot here or there by Gushue's team.
Yeah, it hasn't been a lot, has it?
No. Made some great, McEwen's made some great hit and rolls, but
try a little bit wider.
Gushue's answering back.
And twice they've been in trouble, Gushue,
Waits
and Mark Nichols made that bullet double, and then Brad rolled to the ultimate spot there.
It's like, what do you have to do?
Yeah, it's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Real nice.
Good. Here, room. A little bit of room.
Mark's in.
We're there.
We're there. Yep, gotta go, Brett.
We're there.
Help. I don't think so. Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Fight the eight.
That's good.
Okay, it's good.
Lined up.
Good. They're heavy.
Well, Gushue is
Just line, Mike.
fallen off the perch. He's at 98 now, as well as 98 for Mark Nichols.
Room.
Wow, he should be embarrassed.
Room.
98% by Brad.
Not stone. Yep. Get in there. Yep. Go. Don't stop, Matty. Don't stop.
Shut in.
Good sweep.
I heard Brad Gushue say yesterday, I feel like I could put it on the tee line at any time. That is probably the biggest confidence builder for a skip. You can call the style of game you want because you know if you ever get in trouble, you can just walk it down there and put it where you want. Makes a big difference.
Brett Gallant is the low man for Newfoundland Labrador. He's at 93. Jeff Walker is 95, the lead.
Ooh, good.
They're on their game.
Oh, hardly ever.
Put that rock there.
Didn't want to disturb that perfect setup by
Every time I put it there, it's like a magnet.
Jeff.
I know.
Just a bit outside.
Old quarter rock to land.
Well, he wanted to top 8. We almost got it there.
Just line.
They're having fun, aren't they?
Halfway.
Line's good.
A little tighter than
We're all there right now, Mike.
Just halfway is good.
Hair tighter.
A little tighter.
Still time for the Manitoba team here, though. That two shows up in a situation like this quite often. Gushue can't take chances. He's got to just, in this case, you can't chase that yellow one. You miss it wide, you give up a 3, so you just peel away. You could give up 2 here. Pretty simple.
Interesting that first time in the history of the 1-2 page playoff, all 8 players on the ice never won a Brier.
Hard.
Wow, man.
I'll just stand out of the way.
Yeah, it would be. I bet you're right.
You know, some
Guide track
experience somewhere along the line has come into play.
Average out to half. I had a quarter and then 3.
I was going to say, quarter on that one.
Of course, the winner tonight goes on to the 1-2.
Be a little more. Oh, then.
Goes on to the final, rather, out of this 1-2 page playoff.
Tight.
Whoa, that's not good.
Pretty tight, Mike.
Well, and Gushue knows that's not even
pretty
good
good.
enough. He did the same thing last year, won that 1 versus 2, went to the final.
Yeah, only to lose to Team Canada now.
Shot, Matt.
Kevin Cooey.
Bait him into trying something.
Pardon?
It's almost, we need to bait him into trying something.
We doing anything here, or what are we doing?
No,
we doing anything here?
Do I like anything?
Don't look up. Don't look up. Don't look up. Don't read this. Don't read this. Don't read this. Yeah, the last winner was Glenn Howard in 2012.
Really gotta go.
Gotta go.
Out of the 1-2 page playoff.
Hard. Hard as you can. Hard as you can.
There's a little bit of a break for Manitoba.
Hey, Mark.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Why
hit and roll over there? Yeah.
I think so.
I like that. I think that's the
It's
shot.
that bumper weight.
There's the chance here now. These hit and rolls are so delicate because of that gear effect and the in-turn coming into the high side here. Mike's got to be careful not to be too aggressive on the roll here. I used to find when you're playing a team like Gushue's making everything, you start trying to be perfect, and that can cost you here. You cannot roll out here.
No, maybe bring the weight down a little bit to make sure.
Just bump.
Gotta go.
BJ Neufeld.
Hair light.
There you go. You heard him say
Whoa.
hard, 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 and
Whoa.
Something different.
Whoa.
maybe a little light out of his hand, he
Denny,
thinks.
Denny.
So Matt
Whoa,
Wozniak has
whoa,
him. Now
whoa, whoa,
Denny.
whoa.
And they'll jam it.
Okay.
But they will sit second and third shot. And they do have last rock here at 8.
All right.
Awful slide.
Yeah, I'm right behind PJ, and he kind of came out wide and then redirected it back to the broom.
Good
and
board.
No chance.
The old oversteer.
Good board?
Yeah.
Heavy board?
Yeah,
He knows it.
You get a bit of finish here.
Yep.
Choosing to hang around here to sit
Nice
two,
board.
but it's another
Clean.
rock that Team
Little
McEwen
board,
can
board.
use.
Yep. Heavy board.
Whoa.
Good weight.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
But in planning out your strategy here, if you are Brad
Good
Gushue,
shot, Mark.
Cheryl.
Real good weight.
Yeah, okay. To Russ's point, another rock that they can use. But
Great weight.
Gushue saying, I'll give you one. I won't give you two.
Right, and that's exactly, and even two here wouldn't be the worst case scenario. That's what Russ and I have talked about. When you go to the defense, you can't give up a three. That's a big deal.
Unless you're thinking this.
So he's just going to try and force, and that's just eliminating stones.
I don't mind that.
I think to Russ's point, the
I don't mind the
issue
same
with
weight.
Gushue's team is
Yeah,
when
I
you
didn't
hit the
do it
stick,
very good.
you're leaving another stone for Manitoba to maybe jam on.
Through.
Good more. Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep.
Hard.
Hard, Matt.
Hard.
PJ
Hard,
and
Matt.
wife Sarah,
Go, Matt.
Scarlett,
Hard.
Go, Matt.
is,
Go, 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 go.
9 months of age,
Hard.
Really got to go.
and it'll sit right there.
We talked at the start of the week about
What am I nosing?
patterns when these
Okay.
great players, you know, the 15% that they do miss. It was always wide the opening weekend.
There, we're gonna have a double.
Today it's been narrow.
Probably tries that. Roll
I think
over
just
on
the difference in
corner
the
of that,
ice in this game.
Has to be.
which is okay.
Yeah, I
like the
It's a
nose.
tough shot.
I just don't like going there, and he gets one on the corner there, and you know what I mean?
If we roll in 1 inch, is that good?
There?
1 inch, just so he can't get all the way over to the
If
two.
we roll edge on edge, it's okay. I don't want to roll half buried,
He's
though.
coming in. But
Yeah,
then
his
he's
shooter's
second.
gone.
Yeah, okay.
All I'm
Well,
thinking
edge
is
on
no-
edge.
I'm gonna
nose
say
or
he's
even
not
1
playing.
inch in.
Yeah, edge on edge. I don't
Okay.
want to roll half buried. I'd certainly rather do this than do that.
yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
This is playing for the force here. You could play the double, but then Mike McEwen just loops around the corner.
What else can you say? Brilliant game, Brad Gushue. 98%, Mike McEwen just slightly off, and of course, on the scoreboard, 5-2 Newfoundland Labrador leading. Player numbers are brought to you by Travelers. It's better under the umbrella.
Clean.
Little heavy.
Yes.
Heavy, Mark.
Same as the last one.
Yep.
Yep. Clean.
So on the nose or slightly rolling towards the center line, and they'll take the nose.
Same weight as Mark, just a hair up.
Take on the double, Cheryl.
Was.
Good throw, Brad.
I thought it was a hair full. Nose is it.
Try to roll big.
It's also good. But if I don't bump that out, he's just gonna flip back, and he's got to make it.
I think I like the flip under, I think.
We'll big off this one over there.
Yeah, like this.
I don't mind this.
Not
do you
sure it's
feeling?
there though. It's so flat.
Really
First thought was
flat.
this.
Yeah, going to go the other way.
I think you want to roll right to here.
Yeah.
Right to the button, really.
Control.
Okay.
Some movement here.
Roll buried behind the yellow or the red, preferably the yellow. Just hope the double isn't made or the run back.
Well, I think that's probably max.
Should be close. Okay. Roll it right to the button. Here we go.
This little wide one where Brad Gushue threw a couple ends ago that really took off on him. He almost, the end, the
Take it, Mike.
fourth, I guess it was for two. He almost overrolled.
I think we need an inch more.
Down by 3. Needs to generate something here as we play in 8. His last point came in the 3rd. Opened with a single. It was a nice force by Newfoundland Labrador.
Weight's good.
1 in the 3rd, and that's all he's gotten. Manitoba has been able to put on the board. Now looking for this hit and roll to the button.
Roll this close big, Danny.
And they'll get it to the 8, and just kissed the top of the 4.
It's not bad. If we go there, he's got this. This might be the shot. If he knows, he's just got that easy double, doesn't he?
Yeah, that looks like to me. And you can't roll inside, Mark.
I don't think we can
this is
afford
too
to take
dangerous.
that much risk.
I think that double.
You give him the double, even if you make it, and if you ever wreck, if you get by tight and wreck on that one, go there, you just give up 3.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it, Cheryl.
No, 3, 2 is okay.
That, I think he squeaks the yellow and makes a double for fun. Right, could, yeah. I'm good at that, Brad.
I'm not sure if Mark Nichols is bought in, but
well, you can certainly hit the there's enough, now that I look at it, there's enough room there. You could hit and roll over a couple feet and hope Mike can't make the double. If he misses it, you're up 4. But what if?
Here, I think, for you, but
like that ace.
Can't give up 3 doing this.
So just on the high side?
Yep.
It's a scoreboard call.
Final stone for Brad Gushue.
Whoa! No.
Angle double. Nothing yet.
No.
Nothing yet. Oh, and he's going to drive it through the hole.
Ah, sorry.
Little in out.
Yeah, you've just been throwing bumper weight.
Okay. All right, Mikey.
Brad used to have an incredibly straight out turn, a lot like a Rachel Holman type of release. But in the last 3 or 4 years, he softened that release a little bit.
Just bumper.
That was kind of the old one.
Okay.
Clean it.
So an opportunity for a couple here. Mike McEwen and Manitoba as we play here at 8.
Clean. Oh, just clean.
Clean. Good.
Attaboy, Mikey.
Attaboy. Sits right there for 2. Manitoba gets closer. Newfoundland leads, and they also have last rock. Awards night here at the Tim Hortons Brier, and the ovation, of course, for Brad Gushue, as he is the first team All-Star skip. Congratulations, Kathleen Schneider, who threw the 3rd stones for Adam Casey and the Saskatchewan champions out of the Highland in Regina, E.J. Harnden, Denny Neufeld. And the 2nd team All-Stars are headed by Mike McEwen, Mark Nichols, Matt Wozniak, and Jeff Walker, all of whom are on the ice and battling here in this 1-2 page playoff. On this Friday night here in St. John's. Wow. And here in the 9th, it will be Newfoundland and Labrador that does have the last rock, playing the Red Stones.
We're halfway, right here.
Don't kill the line.
Okay, you're splitting center, Matt.
That yellow one, Jeff Walker just pushed over there. He couldn't have much more than T-line weight, taking advantage of the lively rocks that are here and kicked that over. Looked like Mike was going to get it to the wall. It just came up a couple inches short. Look at that. If it hits the wall, you put it back. Now you've got your 2 guards to deal with.
A little more weight?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I think this rock will run a little straighter, too. Yeah, I agree.
It's no in the stones, huh?
No, it's incredible.
And again, going back to
good
the addition of Jules Ocher.
Clean.
His knowledge of rocks. Usually there's a player on a team that is
Close. No. Mark. See if you can get something.
Oh, Mark.
Who's the rock matcher, if I can call it that?
Got a piece of it.
Late Neil Harrison, who played all those years with Ed Werner.
Okay.
That was his.
Yeah.
He was the guy out there pairing them up, throwing them, and almost side by side sometimes, right? To watch what they would do.
And a great brusher like Neil could see the rock coming down and maybe curling more than expected or less, and he relayed that to the thrower. It's all about that communication.
They're heavy right now.
I would agree.
Dropped it.
Okay, go then.
Line's good.
Scored a deuce. Now you have a guard to work with here.
Good.
You can go a bit. You can go a bit, Beach. You can go.
Doesn't need to curl.
Go.
Whoa.
If you get this around and in, does Gushue run up and run the guard?
He has to.
Whoa. Yep.
Shot, Matt. Rock, Matt.
It's been tough to steal this year because the speed has been so consistent from Jamie Barras and team. You've seen so many draws to the pin, draws to the button, draw to wherever they have to, and when they really need it. So for Manitoba to steal, I think they need to be pretty close to the button.
Good save by Gushue off the cushion.
And Newfoundland's given up. I look back the round robin, they've only given up 3 stolen ends all week. So Manitoba's in tough to create a steal against them.
Just line, Mike. Little deeper than half. Whoa, then.
Yeah, this is tight.
Well, they just backed away. It's all on its own.
Real tight.
Line's
The
kind
Neufelds.
Line's no good.
Line's bad too.
Can you get a bite?
No.
Whoa,
he's
Danny.
running it, so just leave some space.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if they can keep this rock guarded, if Gushue doesn't make the double, if they can keep it guarded, it's going to be a little tricky for Brad Gushue to draw this way because of that red guard. So just keep guarding that rock, and he might have to go around the in-turn side to where he is standing right now. Tough shot.
Yeah, but that stone just thrown by Matt Wozniak doesn't help the cause.
Absolutely.
Brett Gallant would love to make this double.
This might be their best chance.
And he will get it, and they'll run the shooter off the side as well. That'll get your team out of trouble.
Huge.
Great shot. Good sweep.
Beauty. They almost look nicer sweeping them from
Just on a guard, right? Yeah, just a guard.
Boy, that was a good chance for Manitoba, slipping that guard too deep.
It's good right now.
Mike's changing gears a little bit here. He's going to try and throw the double corner guard.
It's all there.
Just loop this around high behind that red corner.
We got to bury it, though, I think.
No,
right?
no. Just leave it. Let him feel it.
Okay.
He's going to roll in.
Might stay now.
Bury it, then you can't roll in.
For Manitoba, they leave that a little shorter, and you might have the opportunity to force Newfoundland to send. You get the hammer back, you're down 2.
I like just here.
Okay.
Now they're going to sit in the reins, and Mike could give up a deuce this way.
I think it'd be gradual.
Okay. Roll this on, boys.
Yeah.
Mark sees the opportunity here.
Yep. Heavy board. Yep. Gotta go. Pretty heavy. Gotta go hard. Hard, Brett. Hard.
Gallant
Roll it.
by the card. Now rolling it over, taking it over far as they can.
Go, buddy.
And they'll sit it there, top 12.
Good save there. You're pretty hard.
Rolling it away from that corner.
Here. Wait, hurt him.
Oh, really?
What a great shot, because really Mike has to kind of think about it.
Yeah, I don't. At this point, probably
Ballpark.
not.
Actually rolled a bit further than
Good shot.
Just because
Brad
you're a good
sweeping,
sweeper.
I think.
Give up? I don't know if I like that. I like the draw. I like the guard call better than this, than the hit and roll.
I don't mind that.
But drawing around his in the house.
I don't mind that.
All right.
I didn't mind Mike's first call. He basically the corner guard again. I didn't. I know you're ignoring the rock in the rings, but might be your best chance at a force.
The other way to look at it is stay patient, get the blank. You can hit it, maybe get a chance to roll later and get the force.
Line's good.
If you're one down coming on without, it's just one steal.
This shot then could give them the chance at the blank.
Max weight, eh?
Max weight. Still max weight.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pushing through. He's got to grind.
You know, and drag it all the way back. No, it'll hang on. Let's go back to something that you said earlier, Russ, about you get behind. You tend to want to make
as fast as anything there, right?
everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'd say, all right, the ice is
Let
quick.
him have the double.
But you threw it to your brushers before. Why aren't you throwing it to them now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Over here, Brett.
Yeah, it's just
that slid pretty good.
it's a mental grind when you get down to a team that's playing great because you just feel like you're not going to get any chances. But we just witnessed how you scored 2.
Sliding good to the wing, eh?
Just got to hang in there, keep pushing.
25 and his that went top 12.
Yeah.
So it's good speed.
One thing here by forcing Gushue to stay away from a hit. Yes, they can sit 2, but there might be a double.
I think the pressure, though, is on Gushue. I think you could take this opportunity.
Little heavy.
You know, you're coming from behind if you're Manitoba. So, and Gushue wants to keep the lead. They're probably a little bit tighter than you are. Try and put some pressure on, throw that corner.
So right behind the corner if they can, but have to be second shot.
Needs to be at least full 8 depth, guys. You got to go. For top 8. You got to go. Come on. He can get around it. You got to go.
And around they go. And they are sitting the 2. And it is covered.
Thought they'd leave it higher, though, Cheryl. They can bullet that across, maybe make the double.
They can and sit 2, and there's a force chance.
Yeah.
I know what Brad was thinking. You leave it high, it's just a guard.
Now this is a good opportunity for
I
Manitoba.
don't think it's there, but to you? Yes.
And that's true of both of them. It's not there for Brad, but it is there for Mark.
Yeah.
Mikey can throw it hard.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, I think it's there for him.
There, Mikey.
These are so tough. But if you miss it, try to miss it thick if possible. At least you roll into play.
Skip Stones.
Whoa,
Mike
whoa.
McEwen. Trying to make the double again, all on its own. He's taken the brushers out of it, and he'll slide underneath.
See Mike's timing a little bit off. He tried to really kick out hard because he needed that weight. Kind of threw himself back a bit, a little wide of the broom, and you have no time to correct.
Again, we make this point about the stones. These
What for depth? For
Curling Canada stones used at the Canada Cup Brier, if I remember correctly, last year.
Absolutely.
These are very active. They have striking bands that are lively. Sometimes you don't have to overthrow it.
Right.
The action will be there. They actually help you.
Right on, even less.
And it changes your strategy, and that's why these two teams are where they are. You see the soft hack waiters, the touch shots, and you don't roll as far.
Split the T line, I think is good.
Yeah.
Big opportunity now. I don't know how Manitoba hides anywhere. Sit 2 and exchange rocks.
It's all there, I think.
Little heavy, not bad. Back 4.
Back 4. Keep a brush down. T. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Let it work.
Back 4.
I'd like you to clean it. I'd like you to clean it. It's T. Line's good.
Back button.
That's okay.
Just behind T.
As long as it's not too
Just
far.
behind T. Go a little. Go a little.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's good.
Yep,
It's good.
yep.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Good.
Just behind T, and that's where he ends up, back edge of the 4.
Anchor right here. Yeah, it's ideal. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to.
What, freeze down to it?
Yes.
Yep.
It could be shakes, though, right?
Yep.
Just a shade, yeah.
What are your odds 3 down? That's the other thing.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, Mike.
Another come around by Mark Nichols to set up a score.
It's been good. Never know.
Yeah. little on this side. 7/8 or
Mike's
9,
a really good
10
feel for his
slow,
draw weight. I
yeah.
think any of
And
his
then
slight
perfect.
misses have
Yeah.
just been line, not so much weight. So he
This-
should be really close.
Well, this is only his 6th draw.
Yeah.
75% on them. And his overall game is 76%. So.
Yeah, and I'd say that 75% in his draw, more line.
Oh yeah, look at the first end there. The
Trying to force.
Clean it.
Maybe more than that, trying to keep himself in the game here if they can't glue this right on the corner.
You got room right now.
Wozniak, Denny Neufeld have picked him up.
Line's pretty close.
Yeah, BJ Neufeld
You
likes
gotta
the
go.
line so
Line's
far.
good. Hard, guys.
It's
Line's
a
really
carry
good.
here, boys. You got to
Hard,
put it
guys.
right down
Line's
on the
really
corner
good.
now. This is for the
Go,
game
go,
here,
go,
boys.
Go, go, go.
Come on down. Oh, and he's going to come up light.
Let's see.
Oh, and the crowd knows it. Crowd feels it. They sense what's coming. Leading by 1, and they have a chance to put 3 on the board.
perfect line that time. Just is probably starting to slow down that amount. Not going to fool with it. You could throw hack weight and score your 3, but that would bring the jam into play. Just make it go away.
Clean. Yep.
Final stone.
Clean. Yep. Yes.
Gallant.
Hard.
Walker.
Good.
Away it goes. And they'll add 2 more. In control, going to 10.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Sponge Towels Paper Towel, nothing absorbs like it. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
It's the championship weekend of the Tim Hortons Brier here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Back inside, mile 1 center. Gushue pops a 2 in the 9th and now leads it by 3-7-4 in Manitoba. Mike McEwen will have the last rock. Down by 3 playing the Yellowstone.
A little harder.
Really, it's been a game where Team Newfoundland Labrador have been on their game. Remarkable game. Look at that, 94% overall. Walker 90, Gallant 94, 96 Nichols, Brad Gushue at 94. They've just literally made everything. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. I did ask you, however, in the commercial break, I said, why not? I mean, it wasn't as if those 2 stones were glued together. There was space.
Right, there.
We had just talked about the liveliness of the striking bands. Why wouldn't you, if you're Gushue, Russ, play for the 3, which may have gotten you handshakes?
No question it was there, but with these stones, you'd have to hit maybe half of that to be safe. You'd probably roll out anyways. It was there, but the way you have to ask it is, if you make that dangerous shot to sit, get the 3 and be 4 up, what are your odds of winning? I don't know, 98%. If you're 3 up and play the shot that had 0 danger, you still have about a 90% chance of winning this game. The odds of Mike McEwen scoring 3 here aren't very big, so why take the risk?
And I'm never skipping your team.
That's right.
Or any other one.
Ooh. Wow. Very good.
It is even the pro side miss too. You naturally, as a player, you'll never ever cross the face because of the jam. So you always throw it a little up, maybe a little out.
Probably a little tighter.
It's because you've been burnt years ago by not doing that.
Trying to get 3. Mm-hmm.
Giving up a steal. Those are the ones you remember.
So just keep making them go away.
Exactly.
Time and stones slowly running out here on Manitoba.
Don't do anything different here. If you're Brett Gallant, you throw a normal peel. You don't try to throw it through the rock.
Clean. Yep.
And I don't think this is a bad situation for Gushue to get some rest, sit, you know, for the they get hammer in the final, they get some rest now. It's been a pretty intense week for them, and they know how to deal with that. They've been in that situation before. For some teams, you may want to keep playing. I mean, anyone would take a trip to the final, but you know, for Gushue's team, they know how they can manage the next couple days.
I would agree.
A little hotter?
Yeah, hair tighter.
Looked like he threw it harder.
He definitely did. I said he definitely did.
Yeah, I could see the slide coming at me. All right. I knew it was faster. That's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've ever heard that expressed that way. As a skip, you might be relying on your brushers for the speed of the stone and the weight of the stone, but as a skip watching all those slides, you'll know by him coming at you whether he's up a little bit.
Especially with the familiarity of your players. You get to know the idiosyncrasies of the release, the extension, if they added anything, and you can feel it coming at you, the speed, if you're good at it.
That's what McEwen, Mike said about Matt Wozniak. Yeah, I knew he was up.
All right, Beach. Practice an out turn. Speed will be the same as it coming back here, eh?
Yep.
Score doesn't show how well Manitoba's played either. A couple freezes, a couple great hit and rolls by Mark Nichols, a double to get him out of jail. It's been a lot closer than the score.
It's good.
For sure. I mean, there's a stone that was a corner freeze, I think, a couple of ends ago. It just ended up on the other side of center line rather than on that right corner. No doubt.
Brad rolls an inch less. In the end, there was a steal, and McEwen scores 2.
Keep going. Good sweep, Matty.
Fine line.
And back they go. They're won't even be drawn in.
My guard didn't.
I'm sure if John Mead's doing his job from home, he's watching their demeanor, how they're dealing with this. They haven't gotten frustrated. They know they've got another chance.
And that chance will come tomorrow night in the semifinal against the winner of tomorrow's 3-4 between Northern Ontario and Team Canada. The flags start to wave here, the anticipation, knowing that the end is coming.
Thanks. Kind of.
It'll be a time for a couple of deep breaths for Newfoundland Labrador. They won't see the ice again until Sunday evening in the gold medal championship final.
Halfway. A little higher. Clean. Higher than half. Yep. Hard. Drag it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
Go, Beach. Like the first throw.
Yeah, I thought you were just a little
something.
A little tighter line out of that.
Yeah, that was just close.
Give me a little less, Mark.
Skip Stone's here in 10.
Yep.
Brad Gushue.
Real hard, Mark. Wait. Here.
And now with 2 remaining, you've got to make them count if you're Manitoba.
Sweet. Nice throw, Brad.
Like what I see from Manitoba, sure. Like you said, the body language, they keep communicating. They're still going through their process here. They beat Newfoundland once. Newfoundland beat them once. They're still in this thing.
I'll pay you later.
Test it out. He's thinking about out turn.
Huh? He's thinking about testing it out.
See what it's like.
Sure, I mean, sure.
Just in case. Just thinking like 10-10 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 10-10 tomorrow. What's it going to be like?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking.
Okay.
Sure. That's fabulous.
That's not bad, huh?
That is very good.
So tomorrow night, when we're in that
yeah.
semi-final, and we're in the 10th end against either Northern Ontario or the defending champions, Team Canada. Let's go to school right now for something we may need then.
To think of that in such a big game here, it's most teams just mail it in, say, just throw in the ring somewhere, we've lost.
That's good.
Brilliant.
Oh, not, eh?
Yeah, I think that's like brushers get to see it, thrower gets to throw it.
Right on the button, guys. Line's good.
Matt Wozniak, Kenny Neufeld, right on the button. Let's take it here. Let's show the skipper we can do it.
That's good.
And they'll get it to the top of the 12, so he knows a little more. Puts that away.
I was thinking you might get it for
and
the
now
win later.
The crowd will start to respond. Make this go away.
I never got tight to this.
Final stone for Brad Gushue here in 10.
Wait.
Newfoundland Labrador made it to the final a year ago. They'll make it to the final again here in St. John's. Make the final 7-5. Tomorrow, will that horn blow? Will the ship come in for Newfoundland and Labrador? Now they're going to have a chance to relax a little bit, prepare for Sunday's final. Brad Gushue. Krista, his daughters, family, Mark Nichols. Wonderful game. All four players in the 90% in this 1-2 page playoff. So they are through to the championship final. Manitoba will get that second chance against the winner of Team Canada again. Northern Ontario will have it for you Saturday afternoon, 1:30 Eastern Time. Kevin Cooey, the defending champion, against the former winner, Brad Jacobs from Sault Ste. Marie. And make a note, TSN 1, 3, 4, and 5. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 Eastern. A wonderful night of curling here in St. John's at Mile 1 Center. Newfoundland Labrador, one win away from a possible second Canadian men's curling championship. The Tim Hortons Brier is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.